What's up? Test, test, test. Just quickly say yes or no if you can see this in the chat box. I think we're live, but I'm not too sure. I'm no live stream professional. Put it in the chat box if you can see this. So just say yes or no or some. Yes. All right. That is good. So, quick little conclusion, right? I just said I'm fixing my settings. Didn't work. All right. Let's make that clear. Sometimes it's gonna be a little bit laggy, a little bit of biggly bobbly. It's gonna be annoying, but it is what it is. All right. Can't really fix that. Can't really help that. Another thing is if you're wondering what the stream is gonna be about, there's basically going to be Ripple versus SEC in a live telephonic conference, and I'm gonna call in. And, well, we're going to discuss everything that's happening here on stream. So, if you do not know, on this channel, it's been a tradition to every single time that there is a call-in of sorts, we call in, all right? I paid $200. Now, I actually got it for pretty cheap, so this time it's going to be easier. I pay $200, I call into the freaking US, and I hear it in my freaking AirPods, all right? And then I try to explain to you guys as much as I can hear. And then what we usually do is we try to go over to Twitter and ask Jeremy Hogan, John Dean, and whatnot to maybe come on the stream to explain it for a couple of minutes if they have some time. Should I have prepared that up front? Absolutely. Did I do that? Absolutely not. So I'll ask for you guys' help a little bit afterwards, or maybe in about 20 minutes or so if we have a little bit of time. Now, the call time changed. As you can see right in front of you, it was supposed to be in about 25 minutes, but we wanted to call in about 10 minutes early if possible. Unfortunately, it's been rescheduled for about 30 minutes later, which is delay number 675,000 in the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit. So guys, be happy that it's actually not a long delay. This is like the shortest delay ever. It says here, due to a conflict of schedule, the conference scheduled in the case for 3 p.m. is rescheduled to 3:30, which is, again, exactly SEC ordeal, you know? Isn't it funny that everything in this freaking lawsuit gets delayed? I mean, So if I sound a little bit nasally, by the way, I've been a little bit sick. No, nothing too crazy, by the way. Nothing, we're all good, but just letting you guys in on that. And I have windows open, so maybe you're going to hear some birds, maybe you're going to hear some planes. But it's to actually make sure that the room is a little bit chilly, a little bit cool, because it's very freaking hot. Hoy Hachnik-san says, Dusty's the best, show some love. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much, my friend. You're an amazing guy. So, again, summary. We're going to call in as soon as possible. I'm actually going to dial in right now, see what happens. The number I'm going to actually pin for you guys as soon as I can here. And you guys requested to put up a chart in the background. I'll also do that. So once more, it's going to be a conference regarding a couple of different things, to be honest with you. I'm guessing it's mostly going to be regarding the privileges regarding the William Hinman emails, but we'll see how far it goes, right? We'll see how far it goes. Maybe they're going to discuss a couple other things. We'll have to see, because usually they have to bring up a couple of things of the past and whatnot, right? But yeah. Hey, guys, let me quickly know in the chat box, what country in the world, no, be more specific, what city in the world are you guys watching from right now? We have about 600 people in. Just say what city you're watching from, real quick. And again, guys, if you want a stream of the actual sound, I can't do that because it's illegal. So I'm going to call in and then I'll share whatever I think is important out of this call. Mind you that it's very freaking difficult to listen while also talking, if you guys get my drift, all right? So cut me some slack. If I do a shitty job, do you do it? And I'll keep your updates open somewhere if you guys get my drift, all right? It's not easy. So the usual time was going to be in about 20 minutes, but it's been delayed until about 50 minutes from now. So yeah. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at the chat box. Hey, we have 589 viewers. There we go. 589, yeah. Can you guys see it? 589, there we go. Hey, press the like button if you enjoy 589. No, just kidding. By the way, if you guys are watching this right now, can you guys press that like button real quick? You don't have to, but if you want to, I appreciate that. That's it. If you don't want to, you don't. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't gain you anything. It just, puts a smile on my face and, it gets me everything, I walk up into a club in a bar, I say, yo, I got 600 likes one day. That's when everybody falls flat on their stomach, and I get praises. So that's what I'm doing it for. Let us see real quick. Some of you guys are asking what's the exact number. I'm trying to pull it up here real quick. It's over on my Twitter, but I will also put it in the chat box here for y'all to easily call in. All right. There we go. Let me put this into the chat box so you guys can hopefully copy this very easily. There we go. Okay, that was the worst copy-paste job ever, but hopefully you guys will manage. All right? It's otherwise over on my Twitter. It's very easy to find. I will also put it up for you right there. All right, so let me try. I'm not even sure which number to call. I mean, international. So why is there a different number? Can I not call the US one? I literally bought a bundle which says be able to call to the USA. Let me try plus. Let's try this out. And if you hear some stuff in the background, it's most likely a plane, as I said, because I have the window open. I'm going to try calling real quick, see what happens.
Welcome to AT&T's telecom. Please enter your access code.
Okay. It says the conference will begin in 3 minutes, and then it kicked me out. You guys are saying postponed. I know. All right. Code does not work. The code does work, my friend. I mean, I'm trying it literally right now, and it's working. It got delayed for another 30 minutes. So it should be 45 minutes from now, but I want to be there a little bit, up front. The hearing has been pushed back 30 minutes. You won't be able to call in for another 45 minutes at the earliest. So why does it say? Because I called in literally, 5 seconds ago, and it says it's starting in 3 minutes. A little bit confused about that. I tried this number with this access code. And but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, we have to discuss a couple of things. But I first want to kind of come into the setting real quick. Rob says, I had some about 5 minutes ago, said in 8 minutes, then cut off. Jeremy Spoken says it's delayed until 2023. They're settling now. Ripple versus delay. There's only 4,000 spots, though. Yeah, you got to be quick. All right. At least I'm going to be quick because I want to do this for the live stream. If I do not get to call in, that's too bad, all right? That's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Then I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to most likely look up a stream or something like that, and I don't know, all right? Then I'll grab another phone, and we'll keep trying until somebody maybe hops on out. Yeah, what do? I'll just wait a little bit and see what happens. Delay until 589. I like that. I like your thinking. Okay, so just for fun's sake, right? How many of you guys think they're settling right now? I see that a lot in the chat box. I mean, I personally don't think that's what's going on with the delaying things. I think it's just like one guy came too late. It was like, oh, I thought it was a different time. But let me know. And I'm going to call in again, see what they say, all right? I'm calling in. Please enter your access code, followed with the pound, whatever. Oh, it says it will begin in 1 minute. Again, I'm not sure. I'm just reciting what it says. You basically have to put in the code. You put in the code, press pound, and then it says it will start in a couple minutes. In 1 minute, actually. Let's see, all right? Because, again, it's only going to start in about 45 minutes from now. So any of you guys that are watching right now with a keen eye, looking like, what's the newest info? Wait a bit, all right? You come back in about 25 minutes or so, or whatever, because it's going to start in 45 minutes from now. Will we be able to hear the court hearing? Absolutely not. I'll explain once more. If you want the actual calling yourself, easiest thing, period. If you want me to just transcribe everything that's happening in the easiest way that I possibly can, right? Trying my freaking best. I'm going to be tired after this one. Then stay here and listen to it. I cannot put this call out online because that's illegal. What I can do, though, and I asked a couple of different nice sources, is I can listen to it and explain whatever they're saying. That is legal. Because that's my whatever. I don't remember the exact English phrasing. Why am I calling in already? I mean, I have like an unlimited thing now. I bought the bundle for it. Last time I spent 200 something bucks. And then you guys said, why didn't you just... And then I was like, you know what? Oh, I messed up. Okay, your access code was wrong. Let me try again. I'm just trying it out real quick. You know, I know it's been, guys. I know it's been delayed. Give me a second. Okay, it didn't say the conference is starting in a minute. I just pressed pound now because it says like enter access code and then press star or if you're a host, press star. If you're a co-listener or whatever they said, press pound. I press pound. Nothing's happening right now. I'm in the call for about a minute. We're just waiting, I guess. Richard says, I think you can let us hear your phone if you're listening. Oh, I'm in, I guess. So it's not started yet, but I'm in the call because it says you're in participant mode only. If you want more information, press the star sign, I think it was. And that's it. Now, okay, so I'm not sure if I should stay in the call for 45 minutes. However, I don't want to be the guy as well who gets given up on if you guys give me a drift, right? Then I'm going to be the guy who calls in and then it's full. So I guess I'll call in for about 3 hours in total. Not sure what the maximum phone call time is. I guess it's going to be more than like 12. I guess it's like 100 hours. How long can you call at once for when it will kick you off? How many hours? Is it 40? It is silent once you are on hold. Yeah, so I've called in. We're waiting. And I'll just stay in. You guys are saying that. Once more, I bought the package. If it was, again, my $2.50 per minute, I might have actually reconsidered. But now I think I got it. So we're good. 60 to 90 minute max. All right. Now we have to wait about 45 more minutes until it starts. So what do you guys want to do? We can check out the chart. I'm in the call. Okay, let me actually pin that though. I'm in the call, but however, only start after about, it will, I'm not sure what to type here. I'm in the call. It will start 3:30, however. All right. All right. They even delayed the times. All right, let's try this once more, all right? Everybody watching right now. I see we have over 800 people watching. If you guys all press that like button right now, we can instantly get to 500. And you guys already know, before 30 minutes hit, I want to hit 500 likes. That's our goal usually with these live streams. And every single time thus far, it has worked. I'm looking at you guys know, my notifications are like my new, I'm looking at this like a freaking hawk, all right? You guys don't even know. Wow, this might actually be our record though. I think we might actually hit 500 likes before. We'll see how it goes. Let's not jinx it just quite yet. Yeah, this could actually be my first record ever. So the record we've got now is 500 likes at 26 and a half minutes. This is pretty crazy. And I know it's a begging thing, but hey, man, I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody. Move over a bit and give the god dust a light. Oh, I thought I should move over. You know, actually, I got a really cool thing I didn't even show you guys. And I'm going to close the window in just a bit. Did you guys see this thing before? It's a bear brick. I got it from Bybit. Very cool, not? Very nice. What I'm going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. But, I mean, it's in the background now. And that's its exact goal. Stay in the background. I see a lot of you guys say, start talking about Luna. Start ripping on Luna. All right? We could do that. We could start absolutely ripping Luna. Who here is still holding Luna or Luna 2.0? I actually made good money with Luna 2.0. Not even going to lie to you. Guys, let's get this new record of, hey, Bitcoin is above 30,000, I just heard. I'm going to open that up. Who here is still holding Luna? And make sure you press the like button if you haven't done that yet. Let's go type in trading view. And I will close the window in a bit. Dusty, look up at the 15-minute XRP chart. I'll get that, all right? I'm opening up some charts right now for y'all. Just got to quickly grab it. Just going to quickly grab it. Twin Forces, we live? I'll do it live. We are live. Caesar says, what do you think of Bitmart? Is it a scam? I'm not sure if I met those founders or somebody told me about the founders, but I don't like Bitmart so much. It's a little bit of a strange exchange, to be honest with you. Define scam, right? But I don't like the exchange as much as a lot of others. Let me just phrase it like that. If I had to choose one exchange, I would never pick Bitmart. So, as it currently stands, our ideal path for Bitcoin is still moving along, huh? In the way in which I described to you guys before. And again, you might be wondering, why are you talking about Bitcoin, you dumbass little nugget? Hey, Bitcoin still says the president for wherever XRP is going to head, you know? So, if you're not watching Bitcoin, I think you're doing something wrong. But hey, that's just me. You know, it's just me. It's my thoughts. You don't have to agree with me on that one. I just think that's kind of logical. Bitcoin usually sets the precedent for everything. That's why it's most important. Then again, once the whole conference starts, we'll be looking at XRP only. But I see a lot of people in the chat box say, XP pumping? Give me another chart. You guys want like white? You guys want white or dark? Let me just say it like that. Light or dark? XRP is pumping! Woo! Oh my god! Okay, it's not that bad, to be honest. Okay, you guys saying dark mode? Oh my god! It's pumping like crazy! Wow. This is like the most... By the way, for anybody wondering, yes, I'm still inside the call. All right, I'm just waiting. We're just waiting for some action, which is going to happen in about 30 minutes from now, I reckon. Wow, I mean, it ain't that much, but it's nice to see, I guess. It ain't that much. It's not exactly as how we wanted it to be. You know, this is like our dream scenario. I guess it's just like postponed a little bit. We'll just just act as if that didn't happen. We'll just make it a little bit like this. And can I even, no, I cannot change that. We'll make it a little bit like perfect, no? We were spot on. What do you think about BNB being investigated by the SEC? Who gives a crap about that? It doesn't matter too much. It doesn't matter at all, actually. Every crypto is being investigated by the SEC, it seems like. It's only about the results, you know? I mean, an investigation, what does that mean? All right, they're looking into it. At the end of the day, BNB is kind of centralized, so it's not that crazy for them to at least take a little bit of a gander and be like, hey, what you cooking up over there, you know? What a pump, though, guys. Look at that over in the 50-minute. We're actually zooting right there. Juicy. Wow. We're going at it. It's not actually really severe in percentages, but in terms of, you know, morale, this is good. It's up 6% over the last couple of hours. And that's nice because I think like 2 hours ago I said the most likely side is going to be the upside. And I still have my long positions open, actually, which was kind of dumb up front. But now it seemed like a really good idea. Now it seems as if I had like a 600 IQ to keep my long positions open. It wasn't just a mistake because I misinterpreted something. It was actually just this IQ right here, all right? Just this freaking brain, massive. It was not a mistake at all. No. Massive IQ. All right. Hey, guys, we had 500 likes. What was the time? What was the time? Rocky says 500. We had 500 likes! Woo! New record, 19 minutes, I think. Or was it 18 minutes? Caesar says, I'm showering, Dusty. You made a run out. I thought it was at $3. You know, we're at 40.5 cents. Absolutely nothing is happening. All right? Absolutely nothing. But it's nice, I guess. How many people are allowed to listen in? 4,000. And we need to get that maximum, you know? I mean, I'm not like a lawyer or judge, so it doesn't really matter for me. But, you know, in reality, like Jeremy Hogan said, the more people call in, the more you're showing that judge, like, hey, people want to see this, right? Keep everything open as much as possible and whatnot. You guys get the drift. Ouch, ears bleeding. I'm sorry. Reggie says, who cares about the likes? I guess that becomes different when you're actually making these things. You know, sometimes, I don't know, you care about, I don't know. you start caring about some trivial stuff. It's interesting. Do likes really matter? I don't think so, but something to be fun about, I guess. Does it really matter? I have no freaking idea. I mean, I didn't go with my calculator. Just calculate every single. Now I got 61 likes, so it's going to be a 6.1% increase in my. I don't freaking know. Why fart and waste it when you can burp and taste it? I like that. I like that. I like your energy right there. I like the vibe you're bringing to the table. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Last time we did that, we got a copyright strike. The actual song, of course, not me singing that. So let's not do that again. I shouldn't forget as well that I'm still in the call. I've been in this call for 12 minutes now. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Guys, for anybody wondering, we are not actually pumping like crazy. It is only about 6% in an entire, 6-7 hours or whatever. Or no, even 20 hours. It's not that crazy, but it's going really parabolic, which is why we're excited about it. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. You got to pump it up. Hey! You know how exciting that song is? I always love that. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. You got to pump it up. Let's go. Pump it up. Hey, let's do something for fun real quick. All right? Get some XRP end of year price predictions in the chat box. That song is terrible. Can somebody ban that guy? Whoever said that song is terrible, that's our channel song. All right? You don't deserve talking privileges on this channel anymore, my friend. Whoever said that needs to be just expelled for a little bit. You can't say that. You can't disrespect the song on my channel like that, my friend. That is that's one of the worst insults you can bring to the table. All right? Don't do that over here. Never buy the green. The train has left the station. Fair enough, my friend. Me Dodo says something very smart. Don't chase the pump. All right. What you should buy is the moment that it actually bounced off of the trend line yet again. All right. So at least our, resistance turns support. That is the moment you start to buy, which is what I explained in my video as well. If you're buying at this point, you're basically going for the wishful thinking approach because there's not necessarily any reason as to why you should be buying right here except for wishful thinking. On Bitcoin, on the other hand, I think it's a little bit differently depending on, can I find the chart? Can I find it? Let's go for 4 hour. Let's zoom out a little bit. Can I find it is the question. I have so many Bitcoin charts open. Can I find the right chart to showcase to you guys? Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not going to find it, am I? No, dumbass me. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's the bot. Okay, so this one was XRP. I remember now. Oh, here's another XRP one, I guess. Another retest. It's looking juiced, though, this pump, huh? But let's find our main XRP chart. Which was the one? I think this was the one, yeah? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, cool. We'll skip that, go over to our Bitcoin for a little second. So the move, if anybody's watching, right, and wondering what is tradable when, there's two things, hypothetically speaking. One is to trade the bottom of this triangle, all right? Riskier, but it's feasible with a stop loss rather strictly to it. So, for example, you start a long position right there with a stop loss rather quickly. Or you trade the actual, there's actually two breakouts you can trade here as well. Breakout towards the downside, which is a continuation of the move, because you can basically interpret this as a little bit of a bearish pennant as well, where you basically trade the moment it sparks towards the downside, because the narrative is already bearish. This is the strongest move you can take to actually start a short position the moment you break out towards the downside with confirmation. And the higher the time frame, so a daily would be stronger than a 4 hour, 4 hour would be stronger than a 1 hour, and so forth and so on. So you'd prefer to do it on a daily if you want a bigger move. If you're doing on a 4 hour, should be happy with a 1%, depends of course, but should be happy with a 1% move, for example, because with leverage you can take maybe 10% profit or so, depending on how you do it. All right, some people take only 3% or 3 times leverage, but let's say you take 10% or 10 times. It means you could take 10% on a very small move, which we took for XRP yesterday, by the way. A little fun fact. But then the only, two scenarios which I always describe to you guys, which I think are best, is when you get a breakout like this with a confirmation afterwards. Those trades are the easiest in my opinion. And if you just take a 1% profit, it will work so often that you can easily stack up sats, so to speak. It just works so ridiculously often. It's just very nice. Did the court start yet? No, about 25 minutes maybe, something like that. How long for the call? 25 minutes, I think. So once more, you can try to play the ping pong game, but eventually you're going to get burned, right? Because it's going to be going a little bit along the lines of this, this, this. But at one point, it's going to either break out towards the downside with some confirmation or break out towards the upside with some confirmation. And we'll have to see which side is going to be. So if you try to trade these moves right there, eventually you're going to fail, right? Because it might, if you're going to short right there, as an example, or long right there, it might bounce again. It might. But it could also have that breakout and you'll lose a lot of money. So I would personally say it's not the best thing to go for. It's too risky. Dusty, we're on hold. We are indeed on hold right now. We are waiting, a little bit still. I'm going to put you guys, my microphone out for a second. Just blowing the nose real quick. But you guys don't need to hear all of that. I remember how angry you guys get when I drink water. So, I got you, all right? Eventually I have to get a soundboard and just start doing like those dolphin noises or so. Some of you guys said you drink like a freaking dolphin, you crazy guy. Has the call started? Everybody's calling this out. It starts 3:30 New York time, which is about 29 minutes officially. The call started, bro. Absolutely not, because I'm in the call right now and I ain't hearing nothing, all right? I'm in this one. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. I got you. If it started, I'll tell you. Don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it. I got you, boys. I got you. And by the way, for all of y'all that are not in yet, let me do this one for you real quick. All right? I'm going to grab it real quick. If you are not in yet, I'm going to give you guys a little insider. In a couple of days, I'm going to give at least $100, maybe $500, depends on what my mood feels like, to somebody in this Telegram right here. If you're not joined yet, join now. That's all I'm saying. How can you win? You'll see. Join it, you'll see. No, it's going to be no favors. Maybe we'll give it to one person, maybe we'll give it to 10. However, as we've noticed, giving it to 10 people is actually a chore because I have to put in those freaking addresses. It takes time. Right now, for example, for my previous giveaway, it's still taking time, which is very cumbersome. So one person is a lot better, but it's possible. Everything's possible. It doesn't matter too much. But join the freaking Telegram right now if you haven't joined yet. I'll be sharing my trading updates in there as well. However, I'm a little bit slow. You guys maybe have seen it from my videos as well. I'm a little chill dude. But I'm going to try to share more and more. And the more people that hop on in, the more I'm going to share it as well, you know? So hop on in. That's all I'm saying. Give us some good news. Guys, we are still waiting for the lawsuit to hop on over. Joe says, don't have anything against you or the channel. I watch your stuff all the time. I'm just not a fan of the song. Can't have an opinion. Please don't time me out again. Oh, Joe, I was actually kidding. Sorry that you were actually timed out. Sorry. It was just a joke, man. You can, of course, you can have an opinion. Sorry, brother. It was a joke. Martin says, always join you for the calls. Got to keep up with the traditions. Martin, why are you not calling yourself, man? I mean, I just got myself a freaking subscription. I just call to the USA, unlimited, I think. Otherwise, I guess I'll pay for it. We'll see what happens, right? Maybe I didn't buy the right one. But we'll see how it goes. Let me actually check real quick. Never mind, I am paying. But what am I paying for? Okay, I am paying. And it is about, it's only €1 a month, a minute. Wait a minute, why though? I thought it was a US number. I thought I just... we'll see what happens. I thought I just bought the freaking thing. Oops. How can that be? I really thought I bought like a subscription. So how am I paying then? You can hear kids screaming outside. IOTA update. What? Don't hang up? Is it already full then? Can you show the 50-minute chart? I'll do that. You can pay with XRP. I mean, yeah. It's not too bad. It's only €1 a minute. But I thought, again, the thing is, I thought I bought the subscription, which is why it's a little bit annoying. Like, excuse me. No, bump it up. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, I'm back, I think. I really thought I got banned, but I think we're good. Are we good, boys? I thought my channel got banned again, man. Holy smoke. Man, I'm sweating like a little baby. I thought the channel got banned just now. Whew. We still good? Whoa, that was sweat, man. What in the world? Why did you do that to me? Man, I'm sweating my freaking ass off. Whew. I thought they banned me for sure. Why did that happen? What happened then? Maybe YouTube was like evaluating me, like preliminary injunction. Wait a minute. And then they're like, let this guy slide for right now. For a couple minutes. Let him slide for right now. That's interesting. My internet is like sublime, right? This cannot be. So what happened right there? Maybe somebody's trying to take us down. Somebody doesn't want it to talk about the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit. It's Gary Gensler, huh? He's behind his screen. Has anybody seen Gary Gensler the last 3 hours? That's who it is. That's what I'm betting on. No, I don't know. I'm a little bit annoyed now that it's actually costing me money now. I thought I bought a subscription. Oh, wait, I did buy the subscription. It says it right here. From now on, unlimited calls to the U.S. So, guys, can you actually say, is this not a U.S. number then? Is this not a U.S. number if I do +1 and then 409 behind it? What type of number is that? Do you guys know? Somebody says hang up and call the U.S. number. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I'm going to call the U.S. number, see what happens. You guys are right. Yeah, guys, I messed up. Messed up. It's full. I messed up, boys. Messed up, boys. Messed up. Messed up. Messed up. Some of you guys were saying call again. And then after I already pressed the hung up, you guys said, no, duh. Too bad. It said call the U.S. number. Sorry, guys. Get back on international. I'll try a couple times. We'll see what happens. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I messed up. At least you save a couple bucks. No, I'm bummed out. Yeah, I'm not sure why I wonder what I did that. That was really dumb. Have someone share the call with you? Oh, somebody can actually share it with me on Discord, by the way, and I could just listen to it without re-sharing it, by the way. If anybody's down to do that. Oh no, I'm in. Oh yes! Woo! Wow! Whoa! My, you got it. Woo! Fuck! Woo! Woo! Yes! Yes! Why am I so excited? How did that work? How did that work? How did that work? Woo! We got it, boys. We got it. Woo! Fuck. That's some, woo! Oh, I'm excited. How did that happen? Hey, whoever one of you guys said keep trying. You're the MVP right there. I was giving up like a little baby. But hey, where's that thing? Oh, my computer's already like in the most. Look at that light in my face right now. Woo! My days, man. That was that. Oh, let me actually put it on mute. Oh, guys, I hung up again. No, just kidding. Oh, my days. Why was I so stressed out about that? I was stressed out like a whiny ass dog, my guys. I really thought it. I'm gonna close my freaking window. I don't want to hear no kids outside no more. Holy, whoa, that was hot. I'm sweating like a little. Woo! Let's go! Oh, my days. Sorry for anybody thinking there's no settlement, guys. I'm just, I just messed up, but I fixed my problem. So, that was it. There ain't no, some of you guys said battery. We're good. I have like 95%. Whew. So I just thought we were kind of like, whatever. Whew. Damn. Don't touch the computer. I'm calling you on my phone. Woo. Don't mess up again. I ain't touching nothing. All right. Should I call again? See if I can. Oh, guys, my heart. You can't imagine how stressed I was to let 2,000 people down. You don't even know. What happened? I hung up by accident. Not by accident, deliberately, in a stupid manner. And then I had to call back in. But it didn't work because obviously full. But then I kept trying like a madman. Because dumbasses like me, they quit the call. Oh, my days. My heartbeat is like maybe, 160. It's, you don't even want to know. I'm sweating like a little baby. Nikki says, try to call in, but apparently it's full. You wouldn't say. You wouldn't say, huh? It's full, you think. No way. Could it be? Sorry. Okay. Oh, my days. That was crazy. Oh, never do that to me again in life. I'm hearing something on the phone. It's just like some sort of static-ish noise. So either my connection is really bad, or some connection right there is really bad. It's like some sort of static. Are you guys hearing it properly? It's just me? All right. Let me no, because I can hear people talking, but it's like really, really rumbly. So give it a second. I have to put some text up as well because people will keep asking. You guys on 1 minute or 15 minute, by the way? And by the way, I'm going full on crazy mode. Okay, let me not touch anything again. Only go put this into the right setting. There we go. Speaker, I can't do that, guys. Background voices? What do you mean? Oh, you mean in the... oh, I thought you meant there's somebody in my house walking around background voices. You got me good. But he means in the call. So basically, we are not hearing anything. The call has officially started. Even though the time is not there yet, it's supposed to be about another 50 minutes. Right now, it's like a little bit of rumbly. Most likely because they're trying to get in and they're talking to one another. Because the judge whatever, I think the judge, right, supposedly, has her microphone on, but he's just talking to somebody a little bit distant. Or something like that. It's some background noise. Go on Discord and let's hear it. Guys, join the Discord. Maybe there's somebody who will actually stream it to you. I cannot promote this in any way, shape, or form. But there's a Discord in the link down below, and people can share their audio. Maybe somebody will be, on a criminal path to do something along those lines. I do not recommend it, anything of the sort even, but you never know what you find on Discord, It's like an open platform, something like that. So maybe somebody will be kind enough with you to let you listen in on that as well. So join the Discord. I'll put a little tingly thing in right there. And also join my freaking Telegram if you guys did not do that yet. Links down below. We're going to do a $500 giveaway. I think in a week from now, something like that. There we go. Can you put XRP chart up? Oh, I'm watching the Bitcoin chart, my dumb ass. Sorry. Oops. You guys want 1 minute or 15 minutes? Come again? 1 minute. You guys saying 1 minute mostly. I can hear somebody laughing a little bit, but ain't too much. Somebody should make that a highlight where I just hang up the phone and then I guys, you don't even want to know how much I was sweating. You can see, okay, I guess I'm not going to put it into your face like that, but you can see visibly the sweat of me just thinking, I just hung up. I just wasted 1,700 people's time. Yeah, that was not good. Instantly, like, you can see as well. Look at this. This is kind of funny. You can see as well the dip in viewers when I stopped. When I said that I didn't fix it anyway. That I hung up by accident. You can see the dip in viewers. People are like, screw that. All right, I don't want to mess with that guy anymore. I'm out. But the people came right back in when I found it again, I guess, huh? Or maybe they noticed, hey, this guy didn't actually stop his stream, so either he's found out some, or I don't even know. Anybody watching? 10 minutes left to wait, I think. We shall see, though. I'm just hearing it out. It's a little bit of rumbling noise. I'll get you guys an update when something is there to be updated on. So don't worry about it. IM says, if you know, don't waste our time and focus. I mean, there's nothing to focus on, my guy. There's literally, there's nothing. It's just like, that's it. What did I miss? Nothing yet. We're just waiting. I have it in my head phone. I'm happy though that some people are right. I heard a click. No, it's all just like background noise still. I can see your bong. Is that like a? Oh, you mean I don't have a bong. Him and Gensler. How many of you guys are holding XRP right now in the chat box? I guess everybody, right? Must be everybody. How many guys are not holding XRP? Is the better question, maybe. Jasper says, fun fact: if your chat gets filtered, you have bigger chance of DustBC reading it. That's actually true though. Imagine if chat settlement is mentioned. That would be like mentioning. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that out loud, but yeah. What's this about? There's a hearing, a live hearing about the mostly attorney-client privilege regarding William Himmon's emails, but it's basically just another update, but then a live update in the Ripple VSC lawsuit. We've been calling in for about an hour now. Let's not talk about what happened and as to why I'm only in the call for 10 minutes now. Also, let's not talk about my call bill because I try to keep calling back in. It's actually not too bad. Conference is full now? Really? Really? I also need to put on some lights, actually. I'm gonna do that right now up front. I also should actually go to the toilet at one point, huh? Because I'm thinking I'm going to be here for a little while. Maybe I should pee up front. Maybe that's smart. But I'll take my phone with me. I'm not leaving this phone for any 1 second. Can you guys step out? Give me like, I don't know, like 60 seconds or so, right? I'm going to be back in a sec. I don't know if I put the microphone on and off. Give me like 60 seconds. Pee break. There we go. All right, I'm going to put this thing in the charger, actually. You guys are smart. I don't want any scenario of me actually like by accident messing up. A lot of you guys are like very smart, you know. When you guys said don't leave that thing, you know, I should have checked it better. When you guys say put it in the charger, I'm saying no, I have like 90%. Just shut up and put it in the charger. That's what I should do. Just shut up and just put it in the charger. Don't be so stubborn. What if it just falls out because of some, you know, whatever. Charge and port it goes. There we go. No second guessing. Put it in the charger. We'll see what happens. We'll see. This is the best way to go about it. Conference is full. I like when people say that, guys. I love that. Sorry. Wouldn't want to be ya, my guy. Wouldn't want to be ya. I'm just here to see the best lawyers in the world argue their case on behalf of the SEC. What is XRP again? Sure. Nothing. Every time I'm like, ooh. Wait a minute. Somebody says, breaking. Another 50-minute delay for the hearing. It seems Gary Gensler is changing his diapers while Dusty is doing his pee break. Is there actually another 50-minute delay? Are you guys real about that? What's wrong with your chart? It's a 1-minute chart. Maybe that's why. Because the price is quite volatile. Maybe because we're kind of zoomed out. There's some Dusty. What's up? Fake news? A lot of you guys saying yes. Did you wash your hands? Why is that everybody's question whenever I come back from the toilet? People always ask that. Blurry chart? Change your settings if it's blurry. Delayed until 3:30. No, that's what it is. Derek coming in with the £10 saying, help with the phone bill. It's all good, my friend. You don't have to help with that. But thank you for the £10. Not sure why you do that. Why do people do that, actually? Why would you just give money to somebody like that? I guess I do giveaways, so I guess it's kind of the same thing. Somebody says only 1,000 listeners allowed. I thought it was 4,000. And what was the bear somebody asked? I think Fullerine asked, or some... I'm not sure, again, who asked. Like a kid, do everything the opposite you say. Okay. It is a little bear that I got from Bybit when we went to Monaco. It was very nice. Very nice gift. Very fun. Again, fun, I can't say. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. It's a bear brick. It's just a bear. Well, what am I supposed to say about it? It's a bear, my guy. What does it do? It just sits for the stream, being pretty like a little bear. Don't be bearish. Yeah, that's kind of dumb, actually. Who gives me a bear, you know? Why do I know what to do that? Hey, a couple of you guys are really weird, you know that? I mean, you are not seeing some of the things that I'm seeing in this chat box because they're censored. Some of you guys are actually, like, proper weird. What's wrong with some of you? What goes through your mind to write some stuff, some BS like that? Some people are laughing cuckoo in the brain. I ain't gonna lie. What is this? You can hear vaguely, you can hear people talking. By the way, guys, if my channel, for some reason, gets taken down during this stream, head over to my Twitter and help me retweet, all right? That's all I'm saying right now. Just head over to Twitter, help me retweet. You're greatly appreciated. I'll give you a kiss if it actually helps out. Because if they're taking us down, I ain't going to say much, but that looks like a little bit of a targeted attack then. You know, it's not by accident anymore at that point. So you guys help me out over on Twitter at that point, right? What do you do for a job in Dubai? Isn't being a crypto guy good enough? Isn't that good enough for y'all? I mean, I make videos all day round. How could I have a job, you know? Turning in from London, UK. Let's go. Hey, let's quickly see this in the chat box as well. We have 3,000 people right now. Brandon Wong coming in with the Malaysian ringgit, I think. 15. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's actually see in the chat box real quick. Where you guys are watching from right now? We have Malaysia, I guess. But we have 3,000 people almost, which is why I want to kind of check. But it's going to be too spammy for me to actually read. I'm going to try. We have oh, never mind, guys. I can't read this. Ireland, South Florida. We have San Diego, Sweden, Dubai, Detroit, Scotland, Denmark, Norway, Holland, hey, Kansas, Norway, Germany, Florida, Essex, Poland, Washington, California, UK, Hamburg, Honduras, Jakarta, Sri Lanka, Germany, Poland, Alabama, Denver, Chicago, Florida, Chicago, Philippines, Northern Ireland. Yeah, actually, I didn't know that about Ireland. That like a part of that was really not part of the UK. And when I said, "Oh, UK," they're like, "What? What are you saying?" Northern Ireland or whatever. One of the two is not part of the UK. I'm not sure which, south or north. I've never been. I don't know. Croatia, Austria, Malaysia, Texas, Scotland, Portugal, Den Haag. Den Haag. UK, New Zealand. All right, good enough. Never mind, guys. Don't put it in the chat box anymore. I can't read anything then. I understand. You guys are from everywhere around the freaking world, all right? I see. It's good. It's crazy to have this many people, you know, so I need to kind of adapt to asking my questions where the entire chat won't just be completely demolished. Because some people also have a delay, you know. Dusty AirPod in for the conference call. Dusty got his AirPod in, slively tuning into the conference call. Yes, I'm in. So once more, guys, it should start officially right now, but it's not started yet. We're just waiting. Waiting on some. And again, I'm going to try my best, but just understand, first of all, native is not my, English is not my native language. I messed up right there. Second of all, it's law, like, words, if you know what I mean. So it's like a difficult vocabulary to kind of replicate, so to speak, all right? It's difficult. Third of all, I'm an amateur at this. This is not my job. I'm not professional. I'm just trying some random stuff out loud. Fourth of all, I mean, you know, I'm under a little bit of stress when there's 3,500 people watching you. trying to kind of translate some of these law lingo to normal talk whilst they keep on talking. If you guys get my drift. So if any of you guys actually are a lawyer, or you seem to know a lot of this stuff, somebody says, I just got kicked off the call. Please don't scare me with that stuff, guys. If I get kicked off the call, I'm going to act as if I can hear this stuff still, right? I'm going to just be in here and saying, no, this is what they said now. This is what they said now. Not hearing a thing. No, because that's kind of scary, man. Don't play me like that. That would be awful. It's full? Please don't say I got kicked off the call, guys. I don't want to see that, man. Please don't put that in the chat. Oh, I don't want to see that, man. Never mind, you guys are trolling. Somebody just got arrested off call. Okay. Your spoken English is perfect. I sometimes wonder where the accent came from, by the way, regarding the English, right? I'm not sure. Do not take both your AirPods out. That's how my call ended. I ain't moving, my guy. If you think I am moving from this chair, unless I have to pee real bad, I am taking my phone and my AirPods with me wherever the world I go right now. All right? If I have to go walk somewhere, I'll grab my phone. I have like a 6-meter extension cord, right? I'm taking this extension cord. If I have to go do a little poo-poo on the freaking toilet, right? If, hypothetically speaking, I'm taking that boy with me. Wherever I need to go, I'm taking that thing. I ain't taking these out. It should be 100%. If they're not, then I'll take... I don't know what happens then, but we should be fine, you know? Like, we should be fine. Nathan says, Dusty, I'm an attorney. Nathan, if you are, and you're also listening in on the call, join Discord. Then maybe afterwards we can have a little chat about what you thought about it as well. Or anybody else that wants to. The only problem is I'm not so sure what some people are going to say, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful with that. Because I don't want too much cursing on the channel, if you guys get my drift, you know? So I'm always a little bit careful with getting people on for that reason. How to get on the call? Call in. Enough battery power? My guy, battery for days, man. If my phone dies out, you know that somebody's targeting me, right? There's one guy on some roof with an EMP, right? Making sure that my things in my house ain't charging no more. I ain't got no connection or something. Always the delay. It's still not started, by the way. Dusty, before we saw your face, I thought you were American. I actually said it a dozen times before. I'm not from the U.S. Fun fact, I've never been to the U.S. What are they saying on the call? It's not started, my friend. I'm in the call, but it's not started yet. So we have to wait another, maybe a couple minutes. Are you going to allow viewers to listen? Absolutely not. That's illegal. If you want that, maybe join our Discord. Maybe somebody's streaming it in there. I'm not sure. You have 3.5 times more viewers live on YouTube than the president right now. I doubt that. I highly doubt that. They changed the number? I don't think so. I highly doubt that as well. They must be discussing settlement. Sure, that's it. Guys, if you're wondering why they're so late, the only possible explanation that I can think of, right? The only thing I could fathom is that they're going for settlement talk. No, I know, guys. Delayed another 20 minutes? You guys are lying to me, man. If only one person says that, it ain't true. That's kind of what I've learned now from having multiple people in your chat box. It's only if... Wait a minute. Jasper says the party's already entered the courtroom 5 minutes ago. Fair enough. You're coming in too low? Not sure what that means. There's too much to hide rather than settle. Yeah. Dusty, I'm a Discord. Bao is my name. All right. Yeah, but we'll do the... It's going to be after the little talk, right? Then after it's done, we'll get a little afterwards discussion going. Discord link, it's in the description. It's like the XRP Discord. Join that one, I would reckon. It's in the description somewhere. And if you guys want to be part of a 50,000... depends. 25,000 XRP giveaway that's coming up soon. Join Bybit. Link down below. 25,000 XRP in maximum a month and a half. I'm going to give it away. It's going to be $10,000, maybe $15,000, maybe $20,000. It depends. But about a month and a half, join Bybit if you haven't done it yet. get $4,000 bonus. It's a trading platform. If you don't like it, don't use it. But there's also big competition coming up, and I want you guys to be part of that. That competition. Do you know you can win $8 million? People cannot understand. A guy last year, a guy with like a couple $1,000 won some crazy amount of money, because it's a percentage game. It's not a money-based game. It's not about how much money you have. You can be lucky and actually win a freaking ton. Gensler resigns tomorrow. I don't think that's the case, my friend. What's the Discord handle? I don't know, man. It's in the description somewhere, the Discord. He's starting to feel the call cost. It's all good, my friend. Almost 41 cents. Hey, guys, you know what? Whenever the XP price starts pumping or something like that, I want you guys to put it in the chat box as well. Like 41 cents, they go crazy a little bit because I think it's kind of funny. Just go wild, all right? If it hits 41 cents, go wild a little bit in the chat box for fun, because we're waiting for this call anyway. Kuzi says plans have changed. This could be a historic moment coming at the 589 Canadian. So what does that mean, Kuzi? The plans have changed? Could be a historic moment? I mean, every one of these could be a historic moment, I guess. And we also need a couple more moderators. Let's see. Who's here always? Let me see if I recognize some of y'all names. Who's always here? Tristan? Yeah, but you're already a moderator, of course. Who is always here? Who do I recognize from always? Yeah, I don't know. Man, there's so many people. And I can't ask. Oh, it's 41 cents already? Hey, look at that, guys. We're pumping. Guys, it's starting. Guys, everybody press that like button. I think it's starting. She says, good afternoon, everybody. Press that like button right now. We're starting out. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to close everything. And I'm going to listen and speak. Everything. Brody Athy coming in with the $10. XP to the moon. Thank you. But I will not look at any more donations. I will focus 100%. Press that like button right now, guys. And let's focus on this one. Wait a minute. Why is my MacBook going out? Okay, the judge is speaking. But let me make sure everything is set correctly. Okay. She just said, you can go ahead and call the case, please, I think. And then she kind of quit. So soft. Pascal Derrier on behalf of the SEC. Okay, just the lawyers introducing themselves. Hey, Matthew Solomon from Brad Gollinghouse in the chat box. Oh, in the not in the chat box, in the call. Flumenbau from Christian Larson. Just the attorneys calling in. It's Judge Nedburn, by the way. She says it's nice to see y'all. There was a problem with getting the court reporter. So they moved or something. Who gives a crap? I don't give a sh. Just saying, speak in the microphone, everybody. So that the person can transcribe it perfectly. Because there's one guy listening, just typing like a freaking madman, So regarding the letter brief that the SEC filed in connection with the application to withhold certain documents in connection with the Bill Hinman speech regarding the attorney-client privilege. That's what the judge is saying. She read the letters that the SEC posted, the reply letters, and what Ripple wrote. She's saying, let's jump in with the SEC. What legal advice are you arguing that Hinman received? And for what business purpose was the advice given? This is a question to the SEC. Now the SEC is to answer that. Hinman sought counsel of the SEC regarding the advice concerns federal security laws. Shit. I was like, what? But the microphone needs to be closer, she says. Okay. Hinman sought counsel from SEC attorneys, starting at the corporation finance one, regarding the application of the security laws on digital assets. Oh, the speech was legal, purely legal, and then the judge comes in. Speech was very legal, and she says from SEC, yes, the speech addressed those security laws applications to digital assets. So when Hinman sought the counsel of the SEC attorneys, he wanted their legal advice regarding the application of the security laws regarding digital assets, especially when an offer or sale of a digital asset becomes a security under the federal security laws. In the first 23 drafts, they blah, 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 attorney-client privilege. The first 23 drafts were mostly regarding legal issue, and then the judge is asking, what was the legal advice for? I understand that what he was told, you described as legal advice because it was about the legal standard concerning digital assets. But what was he seeking that advice for? Well, he wanted that advice to make sure that in terms of legal, his speech was not inconsistent with the SEC's position on the security laws application to digital assets. So he basically needed to speak to some lawyers who were basically, who knew about the security laws in connection to digital assets, so the speech would not mess up, so it would not be inconsistent with the SEC's legal position on security laws as to how it applies to digital assets. That's why he sought legal advice, and that was the purpose of obtaining legal advice. Fair enough. Judge says, because he didn't want to say, I think the Howey factors apply this way, only to have the SEC take a position that it is applied a different way. Is that the concept? And then SEC now, she thinks, well, what is the law? He just didn't want to contradict the SEC's legal position, period. Regarding the security assets, the application. Oh, so he wasn't, this is Judge, he wasn't acquiring legal advice to acknowledge or not to learn himself about the way the SEC does it. It's just a question of, is the legal advice, wait, they're talking too fast. The SEC is not saying, no, we needed to educate him as to how the security laws apply to digital assets. The judge was basically asking, is he trying to learn himself or is he just trying to apply it to the letter? She's saying, no, he needs to learn. The way in which he made the speech, he spoke a lot about these things, about the application of the security laws. But a lot of the drafting, he wanted legal counsel as to how these security laws apply to digital assets. Fair enough, we understand this. Justice, okay? She says, we've been talking about him for a long time. So when the deposition came up, the SEC's position was, this is the judge, that he was not speaking on behalf of the SEC when he gave that speech. And that his statement, she's catching him, and that his statement cannot be imputed to the SEC. I'm not sure what that means. As is where his own personal views. She's catching him. Do you stand by that position today? And the SEC trembling. She's saying SEC's, if I clarify. If the speech is determined to be his personal speech, as the court has ruled, that doesn't change the fact that he sought legal counsel about the legal issues that were before him prior to providing the final speech. She's trying to say he did not only go for corporation finance, but he tried to get some legal advice from all these entities regarding just things, regarding application of security laws and other entities. Doesn't matter too much. SEC saying, regardless of whatever the court says, still his personal opinion. But it doesn't change the fact, again, SEC doesn't change the fact that he actually asked for some legal advice, even though it's his personal opinion. Fair enough. She can't answer the question? We'll see. She says, here's where I'm hung up, Judge. I understand that he asked for some legal advice from lawyers about these issues. And the judge is now saying, hey, so lawyers for the SEC or lawyers for the SEC? So if he is receiving legal advice from SEC lawyers, it would be, I think, says the judge, for the purpose of providing legal advice to the agency, which is the client, which is the people, I guess? Or is that Hinman? I guess the people. She's not understanding it. If we can pull the lens back for a moment. She's catching him. So she's trying to say, the judge, right, that the SEC side is trying to say that Hinman distanced himself, but she's like, but he asked, for the information, which is supposed to be for SEC people. She says, I'm having a hard time reconciling the purpose of which we have the attorney-client privilege to allow agencies to consult with lawyers that they can make decisions based on what the law requires. And the SEC's position in this litigation, that Hinman was acting out of his own and just giving his personal opinion out there, the judge ain't buying it. Hey, and when I ask you what's the purpose of the legal advice, it's because she thinks it's for the legal counsel of the SEC to give advice to some SEC people. There must be some purpose. So, yeah. So, again, if Hinman was asking all this stuff, what was the purpose kind of for it? But your position seems to be that he's getting legal advice from SEC legal department, so to speak, so that he can give his own personal opinion on how the law should be applied, which is strange if I think about it. She says, I think there's a real tension there. I'm not sure what she says. She's having trouble reconciling why this privilege would work. Who is exactly the client, she's asking, in the attorney-client privilege? With the SEC's position in litigation? And it cannot be viewed as the SEC's word. In your reply letter, she's calling it up. You talked about getting counsel of the purpose of developing the speech. I'm not sure what that is, she says. You use that phrase, developing the speech, multiple times. She doesn't understand what legal advice can be given for the purpose of developing a speech, or whether that would even be available to you. She's trying to, yeah, she's trying to understand exactly what the SEC is trying to get here. What was the purpose of the advice? She's asking. SEC again? We're not trying to say that it was the commission speech. This was a speech by Director Hinman, this is the SEC side, in the capacity as a director of corporation finance. So he's now responding to who is exactly the client in the AC privilege. Oh, judge intervening. Just saying, you said something that's different to me. Seems different to me. You said the speech was given by Director Hinman. She caught him! So she's saying, you're saying now that the speech has been given by Director Hinman as a person of corporation finance. That seems different to what we said about a year ago. Well, when we were discussing whether or not he should be deposed in a call before, there was an argument from the SEC that what he said really had no bearing on the litigation because he wasn't speaking on behalf of that division of corporation finance over at the SEC. He was just speaking at a private event out of his own thoughts and just gave a couple of disclaimers out of his own thoughts. But you just said just now that he was speaking, this is the judge, as a director on behalf of the division of the corporation finance at the SEC. And she's saying, the SEC girl is saying, yes. He presented the speech as a person, basically as advice to the market, as a director of corporation finance. And in doing so, there's a disclaimer. She's stumbling like a little baby. I like that. Regardless of, this is what SC is saying, regardless of what position he had, it does not change the position that he is not the client, in this, and he was asking some advice from SEC's legal attorney. I submit that just because he's the director of corporation finance doesn't mean that he cannot be a client of legal advice. I don't know about this one, guys. I like that. If you're not subscribed yet, guys, we'll do more of these whenever they come out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We talk about XP every single day. Little sideline. We'll also be doing a $10,000 giveaway soon. She's talking some stupid stuff, the SEC side. Hinman could not have gone to his own personal counsel regarding the SEC's position on digital assets. She's saying, she's giving like some. There. She's explaining now how William Hinman can be the client. Again, the judge said it's kind of strange where Hinman would be the client of the SEC, so to speak. Because usually it's like SEC internally for SEC purposes, not just Hinman as a personal. And she's explaining as to why it would be possible. He seeked this advice as the director of corporation finance because of the speech regarding confidential issues and whatnot. Director Hinman reached out to SEC attorneys to discuss the legal issues related to digital assets and the context of his employment at the SEC. That the speech reflected his personal views really is not inconsistent with the position that he had. Because the guy could give a speech that reflects his personal views. That's a separate event or separate thing. It's not a different question, this is SEC side still, as to did he seek legal counsel? Because when he sought legal counsel, he was the client. And the attorneys were providing legal advice. This SEC is not saying it was really a public forum. You could call it private, but it was a public place. The Yahoo Summit or whatever. He discussed legal matters at the speech. He discussed purely legal issues at the speech concerning Howie. concerning how the security laws apply to digital assets. So, but behind the speech when the draft was created, the issue is with Director Hinman seeking legal counsel from SEC people. He's allowed to do that. Oh, she's now calling out different cases in where the attorney-client privilege protected them as well. Judge is stopping her saying, wait, I'm familiar with the law. And I don't think the law is so controversial. I think it's actually pretty clear. To her, the judge, the issue is trying to understand the position the SEC has taken in this litigation. She's calling her out with the position you're taking here today. And again, a year ago, when we talk about deposing William Hinman, and even everywhere else within the lawsuit, SEC distanced themselves from the speech, distanced themselves from the drafts, I think she's going to say, from the advice or interpretation that Hinman expressed there. Speech has played a central role. About how Ripple understand the SEC's approach here and their officers. Seems to me, this is the judge, the SEC took a position early in the litigation to distance themselves from the speech, and now they're embracing the speech because now they can kind of hide the material for that reason then. She says, I don't think the law is that difficult or hard to apply. Again, judge. Hey, what's up, Satoshi Stacker in the chat box? What's up? Okay, SEC says, can I clarify yet again? SEC distances themselves from the speech to the extent that it represents Director Hinman's personal views. SEC has a disclaimer. Judge stopping her again. Transcript. Which were his personal views and which were SEC statements? The judge is asking. SEC's like, oh, well, again, disclaimer given in the speech is that the SEC has not taken a view. He was not speaking for the commission, she says. He did give a speech as the director of corporation finance. She's stuttering. This is not going anywhere. I'm not sure what she's trying to do now. She's just coming back on the same point. Regardless of, it doesn't change the fact that he was the client of the AC, which is the attorney-client privilege. Not answering the question, if I'm honest. She says it's something different than when the draft was being taken, and she doesn't think they're inconsistent. He could not have given a speech as private because then he would not have gotten the information, and he could not have talked about this legal matter. These are confidential legal issues that were being blah, 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 and reviewed by different divisions within the SEC. He was given the talks of, here's how corporation finance could deal with this, here are my views. Okay, and she's basically, the SEC side is coming back to the question, did he get legal counsel? Is he the client in this? And she says, yes, he did. This is, again, SEC only. She's not answering the question. She's just saying he sought counsel, period. The rest is kind of irrelevant. It's kind of what she's trying to say, as far as I understand. So, Josh, would the SEC take the position that as of June 2018, when the speech was given, that speech reflects at least corporation finance of the SEC's position on the issue, And SEC saying, we can say, she's saying you don't answer my question. Does that speech reflect the position of corporation finance in 2018? Question mark. SEC says, yes, this is the position of corporation finance based on Hinman. This is what CorpFin was telling the market. So that's what I would say, Your Honor, is that this is the position that CorpFin is basically saying yes. Judge coming in saying, I understand the caveat. So if the speech was given from CorpFin, could have been anybody who gave it, but it happened to be Hinman from Corporation Finance at the SEC. Or it's Hinman's official thoughts and it's just his own views, and CorpFin is not adopting them as the policy from the. So this is the judge saying, I'm kind of confused. Is it Corporation Finance's speech or his own personal speech? And now she's at. She's asking again. So is it Corporation Finance? Could it have been anybody at the Corporation Finance department or only him? And SEC is saying again, even if it does reflect his personal view as director of Corporation Finance, and he's telling the market, this is how I think we should deal with this stuff. It's a separate inquiry from what happened. That's a separate issue than regarding when the speech was drafted. Because she's just saying, hey, Judge, whatever you're asking doesn't matter. What matters is what happened when they were drafting the speech. It's kind of funny. These are two separate issues, Your Honor. She's basically saying, Judge, whatever you're saying, it doesn't actually matter. He was the client of the situation. Oh, I had like an alarm set up. Scared the crap out of me. Even if the speech does reflect his personal views, then it cannot be relevant in any claim or defense in this case. And even if the speech is covered by the attorney-client privilege, which we assert that it is covered, because Hinman sought legal advice, it's still not relevant under Judge Torres's ruling for how to evaluate. She says that I'm not going to get into, the judge. So whether or not Director Corporation Finance washes their hands off of his speech or not, separate issue basically is what the SEC side is saying. But he gave a speech as Director of Corporation Finance. And at the time that he gave his speech, that was his role. So he gave that speech in full capacity as him being that guy. When he sought advice as well from his division or whatever, from the other divisions, I guess, at the SEC, whatever, he did so as his position. Because the legal advice which he sought was confidential stuff. Hey, spike in the price. Look at that pump. He sought advice as to how the security laws apply to digital assets. He did so in his role. He could not have done this as any, person, as a person, Bill Hinman, in his individual capacity. Okay, now Ripple side. Solomon, yay! Let's go, baby! Huh? He says, I'm happy to go to the podium and take my mask off. He's going to sing a song? He's going to rap like Future? Mask off? They're just talking about whether or not he can stand on the podium. That's it. Hey guys, we're almost at 6969 viewers. I want you guys to put a wink emoji if we get to 6969. Put a wink emoji in the chat box. Okay. Starting. He's talking fast. Ripple side, again, Solomon, saying they're characterizing it both ways. One side, deliberative process privilege, and now we're talking about the attorney-client privilege, which is a third interpretation of what the speech was. Fundamentally, the law is not controversial. Each of these informational pieces which the Director Hinman sought was legal advice. All of the evidence strongly suggests to us that Mr. Hinman was conveying his personal views in his connection with seeking input, guidance, reactions from others who might have views of their own. He gave a speech that expressed his personal views. The court already found that, and the courts properly found that, because in the skim of the speech is very clear that Mr. Hinman says these are my views and not necessarily those of the SEC. Oh, not just of the commission, but of the staff. He's spitting fire. He's going fast. If we go back to the motion to compel, SEC said Mr. Hinman's belief that Bitcoin and Ether were not at the time offered as securities, which had to do with the fair notice defense. So they had an interest in his belief there, which is something other than his belief, which might be more potent for the fair notice. We don't think that's the case, but that was their view. He's going. But then in September of 2021, in their letter reply regarding the DPP, they said these drafts are deliberative and pre-decisional, as he was seeking feedback from other SEC peoples about the content. The staff was deliberating on what the speeches say, and no final result was reached. And such emails are protected by the DPP. But then we get to December of 2021. The Second Circuit's NRDC decision, I'm not sure what that is. They used that to use that the speech was part of the messaging of the SEC's policy. Another inconsistency. Solomon's spitting fire right there. And then we come a couple of months forward, February 2022. SEC's motion for reconsideration and clarification, obviously, about the DPP. SEC wasn't happy with the ruling. The Hinman documents. SEC said at that point, again, Hinman was looking for some feedback from some other SEC personnel about the speech's content prior to delivery in the same document. Drafts of the speech reflect opinions and thoughts of staff other than Director Hinman. It was intended to communicate the general approach used by CorpFin in evaluating digital asset offerings, maybe security offerings. What you're not hearing was representations from the SEC that he was getting some legal advice regarding the speech. Yeah, there wasn't a convenient argument, so they didn't make it at the time. If you look at the declaration, he doesn't say he was seeking legal advice. If you look at the position that Your Honor probably has, and I can cite passages from it, this guy's spitting fire, he exactly talks about his own views, about when he was out speaking, when I did that individually. Well, we asked him the question whether he was given his speech as the Director Hinman, basically, as the Director of Corporation Finance. He refused to answer the question. And perhaps he refused to answer because he wanted to blah, blah, blah about it being his personal views, because his SEC wasn't going to be bound by those rules that he spoke about. That's why they have a disclaimer in the speech, and he says that's fine. And he's saying now, again, if Hinman disagrees with whatever the SEC says, it's in his right. Because, again, it was his own personal views, not necessarily the commission, not necessarily those of the staff, which was said in all those letters, sure. He even says at some point, we, Corporation Finance, do not give legal advice to the public. And he never did. So taking the lens back is very important. Because there's so many twists and turns. And he's saying, hey, it ain't easy to do this, you know? Judge SEC is going liberty-labbily. Hey, we got 6699 viewers. Wink. He's just saying, if you look at the speech, a lot of this stuff says I, we, my. He says, you see we 3 times. Come talk to the SEC. We'd like to see your views. And then you can do your legal analysis of those views. But he wasn't doing a legal analysis because he was, because sure he used the word Howie. Citing a different case. Is the predominant purpose legal advice? And there isn't any record evidence to speak of that it was. And actually everything is showcasing that it probably wasn't. He's citing back at the deposition and whatnot, even looking at the speech. Counsel for the SEC said it was purely legal. And he says, I just objectively think that ain't what it is, my friend. Speech wasn't that. He's now saying that Hinman probably knew his security laws. He was a partner at some law firm. SC didn't need to explain to him what the frickin' how he was because he knew all that stuff. He'd been a lawyer before. Ripple is not buying the fact that the conversation was all for legal advice. He's saying now people in Marcus might have been different comments from different perspectives, from different corners. Nothing wrong with that. But it's not DPP, as Your Honor's already ruled. And I don't think the attorney-client privilege helps anymore. And that's probably, yeah. Ripple's now saying they didn't argue attorney-client privilege before, right? Probably because it doesn't make a lot of sense, and the DPP did make some sense. And he's now saying, think if we look back, look at the speech, look at what he said, and what he didn't say. Hard to square the circle. I like that. And again, like the judge says, this is what Ripple's side is saying, what was the purpose of the speech? Talk to the market, inviting people to talk to the SEC, not being prescriptive. If you look at the speech itself, it specifically says, this is not a full legal analysis. These are some factors that I, Director Hinman, am putting out for consideration. He was not the client. He was still the director of corporation finance because he didn't resign. And he says, we're not trying to argue that he wasn't. But he gave that speech expressly. Just giving out his personal views, not the commission views. Ripple side is saying, SEC is now saying that it's also corporation finance view, but he doesn't even understand what in the world they're trying to say with that. He's trying to say, like, what is that supposed to mean? But if it's his own views, which Ripple's arguing, how is that supposed to be attorney-client privilege? It's hard to see it. But he's saying, but you have the documents and we don't. Judge coming in, saying, there's 2 different things you're talking about. First is whether or not the advice that was given was legal in nature, or more policy, messaging, or alike. But there's also something you focused on, which I have focused on, which is the purpose of the advice. This is the judge speaking. Because the purpose of getting the advice is to conduct public business. When you look at the AC, you need to make sure that it's a communication with the client for the purpose of obtaining legal advice. And when you're talking about it in the context of an agency, because they're conducting public business. And there's two different questions that the judge has. What advice was given? Was it legal or was it policy? Write this down. And second, what was the purpose of the advice? And if the purpose of the advice was not to conduct agency business, then I think that there is a break in the chain. But it sounds to me that the primary argument is more about the nature of the advice than the purpose for which it was given. Is that fair? She asks. He says, yeah, but we think the purpose is also relevant. And trying to understand whether or not there's actually some attorney-client advice given. I think it's kind of relevant to what Ripple's side is saying. Specifically by Garlinghouse, by the way, but you can understand. No, it's not. It's not ended yet. He says predominantly policy, the advice. Who's Judge Jacobs? He's just talking about the predominant purpose of the letters, it being policy and not legal advice. Thank you, Jesper. He's quoting back the deposition that some of this legal stuff Hinman didn't say, but the SEC is arguing it now. The question is, was there legal information exchanged between Hinman and different... He's trying to point it all towards that he got policy advice, not legal advice. And he's sure there's supposed to be communications between the SEC. But in the context of a speech regarding his personal views, and not actually going for a complete agency policy. But anyway, we go about it. If it's not predominantly legal, which again Ripple's trying to say was mostly the word I just said. If the primary purpose wasn't to give legal advice to him, but something else regarding policy or messaging, whatever, sensitize the public. It's all policy related, not legal, so the AC doesn't hold. SEC wants to respond. Predominant purpose. She talks so slow then again. She's saying, Ripple, nice what you're saying, but the predominant blah, blah, blah was legal. Purpose was to provide guidance to the market regarding legal issue. Before the SEC and basically Director Hinman was given the market the views of how the SEC would treat digital assets under the security laws. For the predominant purpose of legal advice. The predominant purpose of legal advice. She's just saying it's legal advice, not policy. Legal advice, period. In the discussions back and forth within corporation finance, they're analyzing the application of security laws. $6,969. Oh, you guys can't see it anymore. Party. She's just saying predominant purpose, legal. So she's like saying 20 times in a row. Let's go. Let's go, boys. That the speech reflected his personal views did not change anything to the fact that the government business was providing some guidance to the market. It doesn't matter. Judge saying, you don't think that your statement that the purpose of the speech was to provide guidance to the market? That's what you said. You don't think that's inconsistent in what you said before? SEC saying, no. Because before, we're discussing the DPP. She's and regarding DPP, are we still live, guys? I saw it like rumbling. Can you guys quickly say yes if you can still hear me? Stress. Are we good? She's talking about how DPP was a different issue. Judge is now saying, I see, yes. All good. In August of 2021, the SEC's position was that what Hinman said was not to provide guidance to the market. She's calling them out for the BS. She's calling them out right now. And the SEC opposed his deposition on the grounds that what he said was not a method from the SEC, but just his personal view. But today, it was in fact to provide guidance to the market. I'll obviously go back to kind of go over everything the judge says, but judge is saying this doesn't make sense. This is inconsistent with what you said before. SEC is saying, hold up, let me clarify. We're not trying to argue on the position. This is Director Hinman's, as Director of Corporation Finance, given his speech. And he's allowed to do that. Because in the position that he's in, he can speak on Corporation Finance's behalf. And whether the division... She's not answering the question. She says, regardless of whether or not he was speaking out of his position, does not change the fact that he's talked out of his own personal opinion. They're trying to have the pie and eat it too, I think. We'll see. The judge is saying, standard for relevance is rather low. And with the SEC's position in last summer, that his speech was not relevant, that it had nothing to do with anything, now she's saying, well, I think now it turns out that it's pretty relevant, even though it might have not been an official statement. SEC's now saying, well, I still believe the speech is not relevant because what happened behind the scenes does not fall under the objective standard for fair notice. What a joke. Or scienter, I think. Because there's an objective standard. At his deposition, he was asked whether he would be requesting legal advice. And he did respond that he thought he did. If you look at page 273 or 274 of the deposition transcript, the judge is asking, what? What are you talking about? The SEC is now saying that Hinman might have actually thought that this was legal advice in his deposition, page 273 or something. So these are not issues of policy, and his speech doesn't talk about policy. We're talking about the application of these security laws and different aspects of the law. It's not about regulation or policy. It's about how security laws apply to certain digital assets. In terms of what qualifies the communication for attorney-client protection, and in this case, Director Hinman, and by the entries of what we selected, the predominant purpose of the conversation was to seek legal advice. The purpose was to conduct government business. He's speaking to the market in his position of corporation finance. He's not doing anything that's outside of his profession, of his job, basically. And she says, I think that's satisfied. Tristan says the hole is being dug deeper. The pump will be greater. See a huge pump soon. Not financial advice. She's arguing the exact same thing, guys. Director Hinman was acting as a client when he posed the question to the SEC attorneys regarding the policy of the SEC on applying digital asset laws or security laws onto digital assets. So they meet the criteria, I believe, of AC, attorney-client privilege, yet again. The fact that the speech is viewed as his personal approach does not change the question, was he seeking legal advice? What was the primary purpose of the consultation? Was to seek legal advice about how does the security laws apply to digital assets? Yeah, she says these exact same things 70 times in a row. And he did so as a client. She's saying the exact same thing 75,000 times. I've heard his exact words 10 times already. And she's saying, we did talk about this before. We're reasserting the privilege. It's not as if this is the first time. She's saying, we actually claimed this at the start as well. I doubt that. I think the judge will come back on that one, but we'll see. And they spoke of legal issues, not policy. Only legal issue before the commission. SEC still, guys. And that's, again, why the SEC now says we think the criteria is met. Hinman being the client, SEC attorneys being the attorneys. Predominant purpose being legal. So it meets the criteria. Because it wasn't talking about business. It wasn't talking about policy. It wasn't about anything else regarding regulation or whatnot. Only legal advice. She says that it should be confidential. Well, I'm not sure what she says. Confidential something. Oh, judge coming in. So that the SEC knew how to act. And she said, SEC says yes. And to make sure that Hinman was not saying anything that was inconsistent with the law. SEC saying he was doing that. He was discussing that with the legal department to make sure he wasn't saying anything inconsistent with the SEC's side, with what the SEC was thinking. Judge saying, right. I think there's a difference though between seeking advice to make sure he's not taking a position that is inconsistent with whatever the SEC guys were thinking, because that ain't legal advice, baby. Versus seeking legal advice so that the agency can follow the law. SEC saying, well, Your Honor, I think if you look at the entries that we selected, because we're looking at the communications on whether or not to see if it's protected or not, that's exactly what's going on. So if we go back, look at the first 23. We're analyzing the security laws. And the exchange of those drafts amongst CorpFin allowed them to blah blah consulting relating to the What? She says, if you look at the communication, the predominant purpose of it was legal advice. The first 23 entries specifically. She says, we're not trying to claim any coverage over the last final version of the speech, but the speech ended up being his personal views. Does not change the equation regarding the criteria of the AC privilege. They're not trying to explain DPP. I think it's just AC, right? The attorney-client privilege. Exactly the same thing. She's saying the same thing. The predominant purpose of this entry was legal advice. And in that capacity, when he was seeking the legal advice, Hinman, as director of corporation finance, was the client of the SEC attorneys. I've heard this 1,000 times by now. Oh my, I'm dying. Okay, Ripple saying, wait a minute. On page 132 of Dr. Hinman's deposition, he was asked, do you believe this speech provided clarity to the markets with respect to the applications of security laws to digitize digital assets, whatever, or digitized transactions, sorry. And his answer was, I think it provided clarity as to how I was looking at those issues. And the question was, do you believe this is new information to the market? And Hinman says, I think how I felt about things, or the framework, how I had it in my mind, wasn't something that I published in a speech earlier. So, and later in the deposition, by the way, counsel for the SEC indicated that Hinman had testified that he did indeed receive legal advice, but the question was posed to him. Did the information you requested from the various recipients of the June 4, 2018... Ow, fuck. Sorry, I hurt myself. Regarding the sales of digital assets under the U.S. security laws, that was the question. 0.73 or something. And he was told by his counsel in a general level, yes or no. And his response was, at this point, I believe it may have. That's the best of my recollection. Ripple side saying, so even if I'm trying to point you to something, to fortify this view that that was legal advice, even Hinman didn't actually testify to that. He said one way or the other. Ripple saying, we don't have the documents, but we can't really fathom how it can predominantly legal if Hinman is giving these answers out. Yeah, so Ripple side saying, we don't think it's attorney-client privileged information because it's not what's going on here. The SEC does seem to want it both ways. One hand, Hinman's speech was an SEC agency business for the fair notice earlier parts of litigation, but now they're saying no, it was okay. So before it was not agency business, now it is agency business for the attorney-client privilege. It is a conflict. I think they're trying to have it both ways. Brad Goliath's lawyer Solomon is saying, hey, we're having individuals who are being sued here. Reputations on the line. So that's why we've been pressing this issue for over a year. And that's why these documents are so important. Guys, if you're watching this right now, by the way, make sure you press that like button if you want to help the channel out. We have 7,500 people watching, 2,600 likes. Get it up to, I don't know, 3,000. Make sure you press the like button. Focus mode again. So again, Solomon coming in on the fact that it's personal opinion. Judge ruled that way. He also gave it as a fact. It's personal opinion. It ended up being his personal views. These were his personal views. It explains again why it's not protected if it's his own personal views and whatnot. And he's not going about government business and giving the speech, then it's not protected. And Hinman said before, in a deposition that was done, Did you give this speech in the way of corporation finance? He didn't answer. Ripple says, we agree on the law being pretty simple. Oh, my light is empty, by the way. I can't make it lighter for you guys. I wanted to put up a light. Whatever. Currently, Solomon is speaker from the Bragg Valley House Council, or attorney. You need to look dynamically at the. Okay, he's just quoting the I think the requirements for attorney-client privilege, and he says as to why it isn't. It's just the same as we've heard 1,000 times by now. It's just not what's happening. We're so far from that here, by all available evidence, by known foreign testimony, and even the SEC earlier testimony and earlier in the litigation. Honor, you're asking. You've looked at these documents. It shouldn't be AC. Happy to answer any of the questions. And yeah, they're saying how important it is to them. Judge saying thank you. SEC coming back again. Okay. SEC saying, Ripple, I like what you guys are saying. It ain't the issue at hand, my friend. The predominant purpose of the consultation was to receive legal advice. That's just getting boring. Why is she saying the exact same thing? Not advice about policy, not advice about business, or anything else. Oh, my days. The question is it legal advice or something else? It wasn't something else. It was only legal advice. Now going back to Hinman's deposition. This is SEC side. I don't know what the lawyer's name is. You didn't say I don't know. He said he may have asked for legal advice. When he used these terms, it's clear he's referring to legal advice from SEC attorneys. He wasn't referring to anything else. He didn't say, I sought personal advice about the speech. Those words were never uttered at the deposition or in his declaration. Man, this woman is boring as a... Damn. Sorry, guys. I'm biased. The only thing he was asking was whether or not the security laws apply to digital assets, legal advice, period, not policy advice. She says, this is again, SEC side, we think the criteria are met. If you look at the entries, I think the entries, she means the first 26 parts, right, that were given. Because each time the draft was changed, it was legal advice that was provided. Not something else, only legal advice. So we don't know about that. Judge says, okay. Okay, judge conclusion coming. She says, I appreciate your time and everything. I don't think she's going to conclude. She's just saying, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. Obviously, I'm taking this issue seriously. Obviously, I'm looking at all the documents that have been submitted. And I will get to my ruling as soon as I am able. Oh, no. She's not going to rule. That was it, guys. That was it. She's not going to rule on anything. Really? Seriously? Oh, my freaking days. Come on. What is this supposed to be? I thought there was going to be some fire. Oh, I was freaking excited. I thought she had them in the freaking... What? I really... Should I hang up now? I mean... Seriously? Alright, quick little disclaimer before you guys all leave. If you want more of these, I'm going to be streaming them every single time. If you want a chance to win 25,000, if not 50,000 XRP, join the freaking Telegram. It is pinned right there. If you do not have Telegram, just join the Discord. It is fine enough. Or just subscribe to the channel. That's also good. You'll most likely see my announcement somewhere. Everybody can win from every place in the world. It does not matter. You can be 5 years old. You can be 700 years old. I don't care. You can be from Mexico. You can be from Philippines, from USA. Doesn't matter. You can always enter. And it's going to be 30,000 XRP. I think it's going to be 25 to 50,000, somewhere between that park. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, or at least follow one of my places. It doesn't matter which one. You'll get my announcement because I'm going to make it big, all right? And it's going to happen next month, so I'm going to most likely announce it within a couple of days. I think I should hang up right now, guys, because I'm not sure exactly what else is going to come from that. So, anybody that want a conclusion, it actually ended up really strong on Ripple's side. I think most of us are biased towards Ripple, though, so I have to be objective about the matter. I'm going to try and see if I can actually... we can actually try and see if we can talk to any attorneys here. Because maybe if we try Twitter, we can actually talk to Jeremy Hogan or John Deaton for a couple of minutes here. Maybe that's possible, depending on how busy they are. Right? So if you guys help a little bit with that, maybe we can get Jeremy Hogan in the chat box for a little second. Surely might be possible. So conclusion is very strong. I'm going to hang up, by the way. Very strong on Ripple's side. Mostly regarding the fact that, well, the judge was noting the inconsistencies with the SEC's view. Now, whether or not she's going to follow up and say, well, yeah, it's really legal or legal policy. We don't know exactly what she's going to rule on that, right? Because it's a pretty complicated issue. At first, I really was fully in Ripple's favor, thinking, yeah, 100% Ripple side. Now I'm thinking, well, it depends on a couple of factors. The judge is saying, hey, make up your mind, SEC, which of the two was it? But the SEC is saying, well, it doesn't matter. Because what we're trying to say is that every single time something was changed about the speech, it was purely legal advice that was given, and that's for the AC. Now, whether or not they claim deliberative process privilege first and whatnot, it kind of seems like a separate issue. Is the SEC being inconsistent? 100% yes. Is the SEC now claiming one privilege and also the other, trying to have the pie and eat it too? Yes. So at the end of the day, they got to either go away from their earlier opinion and change it up to reflect this new AC, attorney-client privilege. But if they go fully saying, hey, man, whatever we said before, it doesn't matter. We've changed our minds right now. If they go fully on that approach, I can't say anything but that it's going to be difficult. However, if they want to stay consistent to what they said before, then it ain't going to work out for them. It's fully in Ripple's favor. It fully is. Fully. Because it doesn't make sense. Then the judge pointed it out too. So let us quickly try. And let me try and tweet out to them. If you guys are down for that, what should we write? Because maybe they're, since I'm verified on Twitter, usually they see it rather quickly. So I'm trying to maybe write something where we can potentially get one of them on for a couple minutes later today, or maybe even during this. So let's see. What do we write? Hey, should we also tag Phil Law? I don't think Phil Law actually goes on talks, right? But about the most recent telephonic hearing. Is this professional enough, or is this not professional? All right, maybe I should actually personally DM them. Oh, John D will have a Q&A at 7 p.m. EST tonight. But that's like far away, though. Is this good? Let me see. You should say, no, it's good. All right, fair enough. We'll go for it. Shameful. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I'm mostly biased, as I said before, right? But I am on Ripple's side here, saying the SEC is surely inconsistent. Luckily, the judge saw it too, which is good. That's what we always want to have. And at the end of the day, I guess this is giving us more power, sort of, in the sense that all caps typing is a disgrace. I didn't type in all caps, so we're good. Guys, if you can, just retweet this for me real quick. Copy link to tweet. I'm going to put it in the chat box real quick. Go in and retweet that real quick. Hopefully they'll see it. Maybe they'll even notice that we have about 4,000 people in the chat box still. Maybe some of them, maybe one of the lawyers will hop on in and give their opinion on the matter. I'll be checking my DMs. However, maybe I should DM them as well. I guess they're very busy people, you know. But it will be cool. Because what I did with Crypto Rover a little while ago is they quickly came in the chat box. And yeah, that was amazing. So, yeah. Just go over to, whoa, look at that. Look at the engagement on this. This is crazy. Retweet that real quick. Hopefully they'll stop by and say something. They're probably still sat stunned. At the end of the day, guys, it's hard for me to rephrase everything. I'm still in a little bit of a shock period as to how much the judge has said, hey, hold up, SEC. The SEC kept saying the exact same thing, which was obviously along the lines of, it was only just legal, it's not any policy, not any business, anything like that. We claim AC for these reasons, just saying you're inconsistent. She's saying, we don't think so because these are two separate issues at hand. They're trying to have the pie and eat it too. We cannot make anything more or less out of it. That's exactly what they're doing. So, is the judge going to rule in Ripple's favor? Again, I'm no lawyer, but this is like a pretty open and shut case, I think. Open and shut? Close and shut? Whatever. You guys understand what I mean. In Ripple's favor. This is one of the first times where I'm really on Ripple's side saying, yeah, it's going to be very hard for the SEC to make a good argument to the judge. This is going to be a very, very difficult one. Sorry, guys. Whew, this is going to be a very difficult one. There we go. Yeah, so it's got a good amount of reach already, but there's no response from any of the lawyers just quite yet. I think sometimes it takes a little bit of while for Jeremy Hogan or John Dean to see this. If you guys are saying he has a Q&A in a couple of hours from now, that might make things even more difficult, as obviously he. By the way, the XP Prize did a pretty good pump since we started streaming. By the way, did not really pay close attention to it, but it's starting to do pretty well over the little while here. Let's see here. Let's quickly check. We have about 4,500 people watching still. Where you guys are watching from? Just to quickly see what the chat box is looking like, so I know what time zone you guys are in. And also, it's best for me to know, so for future streams and whatnot. Your reaction was priceless. Let's see. I'm just checking out if any of these people are hopping on over. Oh, John Deaton, 11 p.m. UTC. 11 p.m. UTC is going to be 1 a.m. for me, though. I'm not going to sit by there and I don't think I'm going to be there for that, guys. It's going to be 1 a.m. for me. Yeah, we should have actually also talked to King Solomon, and actually asked him what he thought, or maybe even Rob. But none of the guys seem to be responding. That's too bad. Again, guys, I'm giving them a couple of minutes to see if they might be interested in coming on for a little second. Yeah, Jeremy Hogan also says, you don't need a law degree to know how the court hearing went, but it's even worse than it sounded. The SEC took a big step backwards on a key issue video tonight. Yeah. Guys, we have this one in the bag, boys. Woo! Pump out coming. A pump coming for XRP. Woo! No, okay, I don't know about that one, but man, that was good. At the end of the day, guys, this was purely positive from Ripple's side. We can't say anything negative about this. SEC took a really drastic turn, really negative for them. The judge was like, what in the world are you talking about? And they couldn't really defend themselves except for going back to the exact same thing every single god-freaking forsaken time. Having said that, do I think that this will be a crazy pump coming up or anything like that? Well, you got to understand, most of these things in the lawsuit, even though they are critical, they're not pump-y material on their own. If you guys get my drift. They're good, but they're not what's causing the crazy pumps or so. It's like, let's say hypothetically speaking, that Ripple gets a big fat W right now, right? Big fat one, a big fat W, and they get all the freaking documents. How more likely is it that Ripple will win? We all have the same idea, the same notion that they're going to win this lawsuit regardless. So you got to put into perspective then that if we already know, and if we're already thinking that Ripple is going to win regardless of all this stuff, then what is it going to change? What is this? It's only going to be for some people outside of the community that are going to start buying in, but they're not really updated on all this lawsuit stuff. So the only thing that will get them to buy in then is all these freaking articles that say big win for Ripple, big win, and that's going to be the buy the rumor, sell the news. We have this news up front then that they might win some part of the lawsuit and that some retail stupid asses might buy for it. But the community is already in, because if you're buying purely because Ripple then won one part or so, that's ridiculously stupid if you ask me. All right? My own thoughts, ridiculously stupid. Should you buy XRP for the long term? Again, I'm not your legal advisor, but I am saying I think it's one of the best ideas ever to hold on to XRP because of the risk to reward. I think it's one of the best currencies for that exact matter. And again, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I highly recommend you guys to do so, because we're talking about the exact same. We're talking about this stuff every single day on the channel, right? XRP, but also any other crypto, and we're trying to make as much money out of the bag that we currently have. Let me say it like that. One more very important thing. If you want to trade crypto, there's 2 links down below. One is for Bybit, which is the best one by far. But some people in the world cannot use that. If you're in the US and you're looking for a place to buy XRP, check out the link for KuCoin down below, because I think the first 10 people that sign up get about 25 XRP for free, I think. I think the first 10 people, but it could be the first 15. So it's either 20 XRP for 15 people or it's 25 XRP for 10 people. I don't remember, but it's one of those two. But I have it from now. I didn't tell you guys yet because I forgot. Right now. And then there's also 10 people I can pick that can win in total $500. So $50 per person. Sung says, I'm Korea, man. Hold XRP 3 years. How think 2020 PT? I'm not sure what PT means, or price theory, whatever. In terms of price, I honestly think this year might not be the craziest just quite yet, because we need this lawsuit to be fixed, all right? The lawsuit settlement is going to be the biggest determination for the price. Then again, we have a couple other parts. So we have for the progress, right? For the progress bar. If we just disconsider or don't consider anything regarding the lawsuit, we have the lawsuit on its own, but we put that aside. Relisting of exchanges, which is, again, going to be because of the lawsuit, but let's just relisting. We have the mergers and acquisitions from Ripple side. We have XRP utility in the CBDC realm. We have XRP utility in Ripple's realm, or whatever you want to call that right there. But we also have the valuation of Ripple due to IPO. Things might change a lot because of an IPO, but in that same notion, we can also have the change in valuation for exchanges that are connected to the Ripple network and the privilege of being connected in this interconnecting type of system that we call Ripple, I guess. Because again, I told you guys before about how I talked to one of the guys that was involved in the Coins PH deal and how excited they were to be able to kind of brag about Ripple being connected to all of this. It's really a big deal, guys. It really is. A lot of people don't understand it, but it's really a big deal. So for all the people that are also a little bit lost, I'll make a small little video, most likely in an hour or two, just briefly explaining what happened. As the long story short is pretty simple, I think. It is, Ripple tried to fix an issue, and the judge was mostly citing Ripple's side as the correct one because the SEC was being very inconsistent and not really reasonable. So I think you guys are understanding that this was a very positive thing. Then again, a couple of others like Jeremy Hogan will post a video later tonight. We'll most likely be able to do some stuff from that again, some stuff that I didn't even see. Kip says, what a waste of time. If you're expecting some sort of settlement in a call like this, I think you're on the wrong page or the wrong place. I think what we got was actually really beautiful. I honestly think what we saw was really beautiful. Not gonna lie. Can't you guys agree with that? That what we saw was really juicy? And by the way, once more, I hate to keep talking about this, but join the Telegram as well, as we're going to be doing a very massive giveaway in there soon. Only for Telegram, I think. And then we're going to also do a couple of really big giveaways, but that's for any platform. Just make sure you're, at least in some way, shape, or form, connected to the channel, and you'll be fine. You'll hear about it. It's going to be huge. It's going to be awesome. And I want you guys to be part of that, because why not? That's what I keep saying. If you're an XP holder, if you're a crypto holder as general, just be part of the channel, Thank you guys. Hold, and do you have XLM2 coming with the 2001? Yes. I think the majority of us in the chat box all hold XLM. It's XP's little brother at that point. So, Somebody says, I changed my girlfriend for 100 XRP. I don't know if that's a good trade, but I guess one gives you money, one costs you money. So I guess, just kidding, of course. I guess the other one can also make you a lot of money. It just depends a little bit. But hey. Oh, by the way, it's almost 11 p.m. Holy smokes. Kevin says, screw Jim McCallum, screw XLM. I think there's a difference between liking whenever I do the bigger investing, my bigger deals as a VC, basically, as a venture capital fund and invest, I usually look at the people and you really trust the people and you like their vision and whatnot. When I'm talking about me investing as a person in already established crypto projects, usually I go for what has the highest likelihood of pumping, to be honest with you. What is the highest likelihood for actually doing well in terms of price? I honestly think XLM still has a lot of potential to do pretty well. For that reason, I do buy into it. Then again, I'm not really a fan of Jim McCallum. If we look at his history, I don't think it's been the best, to be honest with you, right? I'm not really a fan of his legacy. In the same sense that I would never back Do Kwon. I would never look at Do Kwon's projects and be like, this is the man I want to be involved with. Then again, I did make a lot of money on Luna 2.0. And again, if there's a good trading opportunity, I'll definitely tell you guys about it and I'll definitely take it. Because I'm not hypocritical to money, if you guys get my drift. Alchemist, have you read The Kybalion? I have read it. I've read it, by the way. Little fun fact. I've read a lot of books. The Call Man. Indeed, every single time we have a call like this, there's a couple thousand people hopping on in. Now we get that every single time. How many of you guys are holding Luna in the chat box? Oh, sorry. I should actually remove this as well. I'm in the call because we are not in the call anymore. Successful stream today, brother. Much love to everyone. It's Tristan and all the mods actually that were here today. You guys are amazing, all right? I'm going to look for some backup for you guys. But we need to do it when it's a little bit less, busy. Because now I couldn't see who's here, regular here and who's not. But we need some extra force in some of these streams. Because you guys did an amazing job. I saw Jesper every time deleting all that stuff. Thank you very much for being there. 777 says, fake. SEC lawyer sounded like a 2-year law student from Miami who can't put two sentences together coherently. What a joke. SEC does not exist anymore. All of DC shut down. Okay, I can't say that, but I think you're right. To be honest with you, 777, as far as this talk went, it was kind of, how do I say this? It was kind of a disgrace. She's stuttering like a little baby on a lot of these parts. She's not conveying the message properly. She's not really convincing me. She's not convincing the judge. Ferdy says Jesper was doing awesome. He was killing it. He was a beast. He was indeed a beast, Ferdy. You also noticed. Where were you, huh, Ferdy? Jesper was always there first. He was like maniac on that phone. Then again, I appreciate you guys all for stopping by. The usuals, right? Whenever there's a call-in like this, I always see the exact same people as well. Some of you guys I notice, like Ferdy, whenever there's a call-in, you're always here as well. I notice that. I guess it's nice to see you again. Good to see you again. Aeon says she didn't have a script pre-written for replies. That's actually funny because they're in the courtroom, right? So even though we cannot see them, the judge is looking them dead in the face, and this SEC woman is, assuming a gender right. Whatever, I do whatever I want. Assuming the gender right. The SEC woman is just like stuttering like a little baby, and the judge is like, so what are you trying to say? She's like, it was just purely legal. And she's like, yeah, but what does that mean? Well, it was just purely legal. And then, yeah, but what is that? Well, it was just purely legal. It's like, what? Come on, think of something. Think of something. But she just keeps stuttering like a little baby, coming up on the exact same points. And then again, can we really blame her? There was no way which she could win. So can we really blame her? I don't think so, guys. We can't blame her. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot anybody, actually, for that matter. Man. So, for anybody that was not here at the start, I accidentally, at the start, closed off the stream. You know how scared I was? Oh, not the stream, closed off the call. You know how much I was sweating like a baby? And let's see how much the cost was for this little endeavor of mine. Let's see the cost. What are you guys thinking? How much will it have cost me? Let's see. It cost me... only €2, I think. Or the cost will come later. 123 euros to be exact. 123 I have paid. We'll see though. I'm gonna call whoever did this because I just got myself a little fun fact. I just bought myself a subscription, unlimited calling to EU and USA. And I called both numbers, and both of them cost me money. So I'm going to call them and say, hey, what in the world is going on right there? but it cost me 123 euros, which is less than last time. Last time it was 233, I think. So we did good. We're in the plus. In terms of revenue, we're in the minus. This was not worth it, but it was a lot of fun. Freddie says, okay, brother, I'm out of here. All good, man. You did great. Congrats on the stream. Again, everybody, when you have and did not press like button yet, press the like button. You are appreciated, my friend. We got one of the newest. I think we've hit on some of these streams. We've hit 5,000 likes, but it's still, I'm pretty amazed. We hit 3,500 in total. We had about 40,000 people stop on by and saying hi, which is like a really big record in a long time. Average view count 15 minutes. Right now we have 2,600 people watching or so. That's pretty wild, to be honest with you. Pretty wild. Almost 40,000 views in total. But I think in total we had before, we've hit like 5,000 likes a couple times before in the past, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Coming in with the Danish krone, I think, right? Danish krone, I think. Phone bill help. No worries about that, guys. It's all good. Don't worry about it, right? I'm just saying it for reference, for fun. You don't have to help me. It's all good. I didn't know the SEC was they taken at least 2 ways and given it at least 2 ways. It was a great stream. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for stopping on by. You guys are amazing. You touched 8,000 viewers? No, we didn't. We hit 7 point something, which was still crazy, though. I think 7.1, 7.2 maybe. Still wild, though, right? 7.2 thousand people. Can you give me a short description of it all? I missed a part. Once more, all right? It's an issue regarding the attorney-client privilege, where the SEC could talk first about their defense, then Ripple could talk, and then the judge was in the middle of everything. The SEC was basically arguing that it was all legal advice that he received as a person, a director of corporation finance at the SEC, to give his personal opinion in the speech. That was not completely personal because it was actually mostly like reflecting the policy of the SEC. Well, basically, she's saying they did not want to misinterpret or misuse the SEC's internal policy. He wanted to make sure that it was not inconsistent with it all, which is still leaving me baffled as to whether or not it was his personal views or agency policy, because at previous issues, they tried to really claim that it was like a personal opinion, and now they're trying to claim, no, it's mostly like an SEC official type of thing, which is kind of inconsistent, kind of difficult, which was regarding the fair notice and regarding the DPP from before. But let's digress that. Let's put that on the side. Ripple side came in to say, well, but we personally think that he did not really receive legal advice. It was mostly just some, and then to try to argue, well, it's a personal opinion. So if he was seeking anything, it doesn't make a lot of sense to claim this attorney-client privilege. And the judge in the middle was saying, well, it depends, because what exactly are you trying to say, SEC? Are you trying to say that whatever you said before, it ain't true anymore? And SEC is trying to respond saying, no, that's not what we're saying. We are saying whatever we said before, we still agree with that, but we're also trying to say this, that regardless of whatever we said in the past, he received legal advice for any issue which he was trying to put in this bill or in his talk to not be inconsistent with the SEC's official views. So Ripple's asking, so does that mean basically that this is an official public speech? Because you said before that was his personal opinion, and the judge ruled on that too. And they're trying to say, no, it's personal opinion, but he can act as the director of corporation finance, yet he received legal guidance from SEC personnel, which the judge again said, that doesn't make sense. How do you receive legal counsel from SEC personnel when you're acting as a person? Because you should only get this counsel if you're doing something for SEC purposes. And then SEC came back and say, no, we did this for the purpose of not being inconsistent, where at the end of the day, the judge is like, well, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll stick with it. And so all I can say about it is Ripple is on a really good spot right now because it doesn't make a lot of sense. They're trying to have the pie needed too. I think Ripple will win this issue. I don't think it's going to be a hard discussion either. I think the judge is just going to rule in their favor. She's obviously going to have to look at those 23 different parts that were thrown up before, but I think this will be a very easy win for Ripple side. I think this will be a very, very easy win. Because the judge really came in a couple times with yeah, but that doesn't make, what do you mean? And in all these previous discussions, I've never seen the judge this reluctant to let the SEC speak. SEC themselves were not really confident in what they were saying because they were basically reciting the exact same defense 17,000 times. What's that behind you, Dusty? That's my bear. A lot of people have been asking this. This is the Bybit bear that I've gotten. Really, really nice. It's a little bear brick. I know it's a little bit dark in here, guys, because my light setup is not on, and that's because I used every single power outlet I had to make sure that my phone would not die out. because privileges. Not talk about attorney-client, but talk about privileges. Make it or no, how do you call it? I don't know what the wording for is. Priorities. That's the word. English. Huh? It's the same word in Dutch, by the way. Privileges and prioriteiten. But it is what it is. The speech cannot be Bill's opinion if he sought counsel from the SEC. It will be his personal opinion if he sought help outside the SEC. Zoinks, that's exactly what the judge, I think, was also thinking about the matter. And that's, I think, what we mostly think about it. Space Control says, good night. Good night, my friend. Good night. X-Rated says, talking they ass into a coffin and body them. Yeah, he's looking like it. Do you hold Hectonic? I don't know what that is. Great play-by-play. Thanks when Rockets when ruling. Yeah, good question. When the freaking Rockets, huh? We're all waiting for that. We're all waiting for that final moment when the Rockets start freaking zipping and going crazy, huh? Most likely it won't be that long, though, right? Most likely. Doesn't seem as if it's going to take that long, to be honest with you. Did I link the wrong place? No. So nobody joined my Telegram. Interesting. I should also get some moderators in the Telegram. And be careful. Don't get scammed out there. All I can say about the matter. Guys, can you say real quick, is the Telegram all good? Because I put the link there for the alerts, but it seems that nobody really joined the alerts Telegram because it's still at 2.4K, but the group went up with a couple hundred. So what happened there? Not sure. It doesn't matter, I guess. Nobody joined what? I'm talking about the Telegram. I thought some people would join. Bearable Bull, breaking. Ripple XP, the SC just lost the case today. They sound like Amber Heard. I don't think they lost the case, but I do think they lost a lot of goodwill with the judge. I think this is one of the biggest mistakes they could have made because now they're on the judge's bad side of thinking, hey, they're going both sides. It's just not a smart move to make, if you ask me. The fact that they are so consistent at being inconsistent is stupid. And they're literally like Amber Heard, where it's like, well, but nobody's trying to believe you. Nobody actually believes what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense to anybody in the world except for you. Yet you keep sticking with your story, which is not really in anybody's, not a smart move, I guess. But at the end of the day, guys, it is us against a lot of others. SEC is it's a big company, so our opinion at the end of the day is not that important. But, we could agree, I guess, all of us, that they're inconsistent and being kind of stupid with all of it. Can you info us about Ledger? If you're talking about Ledger as the wallet, I have made a lot of... I've explained a lot about Ledger. It's just a harder wallet. It's definitely the one I recommend personally, but you do as you please, Just get yourself a harder wallet, one of them. If you want a Trezor, get a Trezor. If you want a Safe Pal, Safe Key, whatever the freaking name is, get one of those. I personally use Ledger, but that's my own personal, preference. You use whatever you want. SEC is a big scam. I think the SEC indeed is not doing what they were meant to do. They were not doing what they were designed to do. I cannot say they were a scam. The SEC does a lot of good stuff. You guys got to get this really straight. The SEC does a lot of fraud busting, but they also do a lot of dumbass stuff like this. That's the problem, though, right? It's like you mix up a lot, like maybe, right? 50% good stuff of fraud busting and scam busting. Now, 50% just BS cases. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's not going to turn out right? And potentially, that's kind of what happened right there. But let's see real quick if the judge. I'm just quickly tweeting. I can already feel that this is going to be a big win for Ripple, though. I think there's going to be a big one. It's going to be big in the news yet again as well. That I think a lot of sources are going to go pretty crazy on this one. I think it's going to be easy win for Ripple, though. So what would the price if this ends? I honestly think, oh man, you don't even know. I think it's going to be an easy, like what are we expecting? What are you guys hoping for? I mean, let's say, for example, it goes 10x or so. That's 10 times your money. That's pretty huge. A lot of people are hoping for 1,000x or so. I'm thinking, if we're being conservative, I think a 20x is even possible in an easy manner. But I think even a 30x from right now could be possible. It depends on some conditions, though. Like, what is Bitcoin at? If it happens today, I think the pump will be less than if Bitcoin actually is pumping rather nicely, you know? I think, but I do believe, above all-time high, I do believe so, yes. But I don't think because of the, again, are we talking about exactly after the settlement, after like 5 hours? Or are we talking about 3 months afterwards? Are we talking about 6 months after? Or are we talking about 1 year afterwards? Those things make a really big difference. Can XRP price eventually go to $100? I believe so, 1,000%. Can XP go to $10,000? I'm not really a big fan of that. And anybody saying that, I think, is either lying to you or talking about a scenario in which the dollar just devalues completely. But in normal scenarios, don't necessarily expect that because you're putting your goal up too high. I just want to be honest and real with you. And I don't think 10,000 is anything you should be hoping for anytime soon, unless you're talking about the exact dollar just devaluing to a point where it's garbage. But we're not talking about that. Real talk, though. $100 per XRP ain't even that strange. In my end, it's like a lot of people talking about $60,000 per Bitcoin. In the past, this was like impossible. If you told me about, let's say 9 years ago when I got into Bitcoin, that it was going to go to $10,000, I would have slapped you in the face for talking that BS to me. And I'm like, what are you talking about, garbage boy? Okay, 10,000 is a little bit low in the end, I guess, because I could have believed that. But if you're talking 50,000, I would have said, oh, maybe in some other lifetime, because I didn't believe it. I couldn't fathom. But now if you're telling me Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million, I'm like, sure, of course. The question is just when. And the same way I talk about XRP as well, I'm thinking, well, it's mostly going to go to $100 if you ask me. The question is just when and in what scenario, what way. But I do believe it's going to happen still, right? I do honestly, from the core of my heart, believe it is. But it might take a lot of time, though. You're right. We don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know how long that's going to take. Craig says, from what I've read on Twitter and listened via the DustDBC, the SEC arguments are not only nonsensical but contradictory. The SEC appears to want to change their story at every turn. Come on, Judge, end this charade now. Indeed, I think this will be one of the biggest hits. The fact they're trying to lever a little bit and trying to go and eat, have the pie and eat it too. This is the best way to phrase it, I think. Have the pie and eat it too. Have the pie and eat it too. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Nonsensical. Very nonsensical. Sorry, I'm French, don't want to be rude, bad English. Okay. They will mess up the world economy more and will be okay. XRP to $100, in my opinion, can be realistic if Elon Starlink 2.0 comes online in the next 5 years. I don't think that matters too much, to be honest with you. I think even without anything that we are describing. Hey, guys, we are 10 subscribers away from 141,000. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you press that button if you enjoy the content. If you don't subscribe, but, it is what it is. I'm just letting you guys know. Hustle says, Ripple going to $200 in 2 years. That's what's up, Hustle? What's up, Gray? What's up? Haven't seen you ever in one of my live streams before, huh? I think. But welcome. I was actually just checking out your McLaren video, or at least the McLaren licking thing, just a second ago. Mike says, did I miss anything? Yeah, man, it's all over. We've been streaming for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Again, it was a crazy stream. We had over 40,000 people stop on by. Maximum, we had 7.2 thousand viewers. It was pretty juicy. We had a lot of people come on in. We had Satoshi Stacker in here as well. Before. Pretty exciting. I missed this one. Phoebe Coins, a shout out to you for, what does it say? Behind the scenes. We have Jeremy. I missed these. Coming at the $5. XP Baby, what's up? Song I talked about. Phone Bill Help, I talked about. Yeah, the rest we talked about, I think. Good. Just to make sure I didn't miss anybody too much, Yeah. So Crypto Hustle, little fun fact, guys, for all of you who do not know, another very, how can I call you, another crypto YouTuber. He's actually, I was looking on my phone like right now. He is kissing a McLaren until he gets one for free. Is it just a joke or no? Are you really doing that? Are you going to kiss a McLaren every day? That's some dedication, my friend. But welcome back. Every time they say it does not long time, we have waiting. You know, the thing is, I don't even know when the judge is going to rule on this one, because honestly, every single time I think it's going to be a very short amount of time. It ends up being, you know, when we're like, oh, but this is such an easy issue. It still takes a couple of weeks, so we'll have to see how this happens. We'll see what happens in a little bit, you know? We'll have to see. By the what is this? Oh, I'm messing myself up. I need to get some proper ass lighting, but I was too focused on making sure my phone didn't die out. You guys know. Good morning, mate. Who? Morning? What are you talking about, boy? It's nighttime. It's nighttime. XRP, what's happening? Well, things are doing pretty good. I think the sentiment is rather positive. We talked about this before. Everybody's in a little positive mindset right now, I think. Ever since we got ourselves this little breakout, things have actually been looking quite good. Not in terms of price. It's not been too amazing. Right now, we're getting rejected again at what? I think like 41 point something. Not a specific price point, I guess. But we'll see how this goes for the next couple of hours. Ever since we bounced off of the trend line here at 38.3, things are looking pretty positive for XRP. And we're still expecting more upside, to be honest with you. I still expect more upside for XRP price in the near future. Again, if I place a trade, guys, I'll let you all know over in my Telegram, which I recommend you guys to check out. Somebody says it's 7 a.m. over in Australia. Holy smokes, 7 a.m. already. That is crazy. Wow. What is your view on privacy coins? A lot of them are actually really good, but it's about, you know, far world application or so. It's like, you know, a lot of these major institutions are not going to be working with privacy coins too much. So it's like you're betting on the actual underdog, which is nice for actual utility. But for price and price gain, it's a little bit of a riskier move, I would say. Well, a lot of you guys are over in Australia, I guess, huh? Let me turn off the window because of planes. You hear me? I said turn off the window. Huh? That's what you get after like 3 hours of streaming, all right, guys? That's what you get. Cut me some slack, all right? I tried my best. I've been trying my absolute best. Now, my next thing is I'm going to call tomorrow. I'm going to call my freaking Telephonic provider. I'm going to ask them, what in the world? I just paid for a subscription to call to the USA for free. I paid for that subscription. So why do you charge me 123 euros and 6 cents? What is that supposed to be? That's what you get with these providers, you know? They're trying to get you. You see what they're trying to do to me? How? How could they do that? How could they mess up a brother like that, you know? But most likely, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It was worth it, though. I think it was a lot of fun. We need to have a bank to hold XRP. I guess you have your own wallet, no? I mean, if you're a crypto guy, you're your own bank, which is most important. I think that's the most important part. Is there any video that you guys would like to see, by the way? Is there anything else you'd like to see here? Let me know in the chat box real quick. What type of video would you like to see next? Just like an XRP update? Update about the lawsuit? Update about other cryptos or all the other stuff? What would you guys like to see? Because one thing I am thinking of, I have a couple of plans, but I want you guys' feedback on that. Again, guys, I'm always open to all of you guys' suggestions, so if you have any of them, just go over to Telegram and let me know, for example, right? Just hit me up and say, hey, do this or do that. It would be really cool. I listen to everything. I check it all out. RSR, one of you guys made me buy that a little while ago. I still have that. I'm not sure how the price is doing on that. He's right by the airport. I'm not sure why you're saying that. GSX, what's your take? Still holding on to it, but it's looking pretty garbage, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not really doing too much, so not sure if there's any update on it. I haven't checked it out in a couple weeks after you guys asked me. I checked it out before, but I don't remember if there was anything going on with that. So the RSR part, I don't remember either how that one is going. You guys told me to buy it. I did buy it, but I don't remember exactly how much or how it's doing. Spark token would be cool. Spark is not doing anything. It's just waiting, you know? So there's not really an update, except for saying that we have to wait a couple more months. Aeon says, can you do a video about XRP and where it's active? A short documentary. Most people don't realize that it's everywhere, fam. That's a lot of work, but it's definitely something I could look into. Or at least help let people look into maybe. Maybe I should have some people help me on that. How are you doing today, Dusty? Tetra asks. Pretty well. I was sick the last couple of days I've been feeling really ill, which is why I did not make a video for 2 of the last 4 days. But today's been rather okay. And I kind of, if I did not, because I wasn't even planning to turn on my computer today, all right? I was not planning on it. But then I turned it on for just a little bit because I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll make one video. And then I saw on Twitter, I saw the tweet of Telephonic conference. I was like, wait a minute. And then I saw it's today. And then I paid $150 to listen to this. Whatever. It was worth it. By the way, guys, whenever I say this, I am joking about it hurting me, okay? It's just a joke. The money is real that it cost me, but I'm just joking about it because it's like an ongoing joke of me paying a couple $100 to listen to some guy speak and there's no conclusion being, if you guys get my drift. So ongoing joke for a little while. We do these streams every single time. And before it was like twice a month. Now it's only like once every, I guess it's been a year since we did the last one. So again, if there's going to be one of these conferences again, I'll surely make sure to call about it or talk about it. You guys will see it. So don't worry. It was free. Well, I mean, I can definitely see my bill right here, man. So it wasn't free to me. Ben says, what do you think of XBL tokens? There are some hidden gems, Sologenic, Equilibrium, Games, Chorus X. I don't like any of them. Literally none of them are hidden gems in my opinion. I don't like any of them. Maybe Sologenic has some purpose, but they went for a really stupid airdrop. I think that was one of the dumbest things they could have ever done. So I'm not really happy with that. GSX, you had to have Apollo to even accept it. It's still floating somewhere. I don't even know where mine's at. Maybe it's at the Apollo wallet, but I didn't have Apollo for the gas fee. Yeah. So the thing is, those GSX people, they still invited me over to see the mines in South Africa. I talked to them a lot. They're real, in the sense of that there were a lot of these gold things that I was kind of skeptical about, but they so convinced me. And they showed me everything that I was ever asking for. I was so skeptical, but they showed me everything. I was like, you know what? There's actually potential behind this. But the concept did not really pursue too much, I guess. Diamonds are clashing with XRP for the highest value. Fair enough. Like this. Most people do not know what XRP even stands for. Ripple's XP-based cross-border payments platform called On-Demand Liquidity, formerly known as XRapid. Okay, fair enough. I can make a video about that. Sure. Hey, wait, what just happened? Hey, update. Ripple defendants filed a reply letter in further support of their motion regarding the deficiency. Ripple lawsuit update. Breaking news. Breaking news. Lawsuit update. Breaking news. What do we have? 38 seconds. I'm the fastest clicker in the frickin' West, man. Ripple defendants filed a reply letter in further support of their motion regarding the deficiencies in the SEC's responses to the Ripple defendants' fourth set of requests for admissions. If you don't know what these requests for admissions are, this is Ripple's defendants, the Ripple side, asking the SEC to just answer questions. That's what requests for admissions are. There were 6 sets of them, as to which I think the judge ordered them to answer 4 or 5. I don't remember on that exactly. The 6th one I think was not done. And in total, there were a lot of these requests. So Ripple are now filing a reply letter in further support of their motion regarding the deficiencies in the SEC answering. I remember this really clearly. The SEC basically answered some of these questions that Ripple asked with another sort of half-assed answer or a response saying, we already answered it right here, check this response. Where the judge was saying you can't do that, and so they had to answer something. You're a beast. Let's see. So there's a couple points. This is Ripple side. Inquiries about XRP received by Oya. What is Oya again? What is Oya again? I don't remember. Requests for admission are not games of battleship in which the propounding party must guess the precise language coordinates that the responding party deems answerable. Okay. Watch list, RFA 294, SEC trading policies, RFAs 263 to 260, whatever, and Ripple's 2013 meeting with the SEC and other regulators, which is, again, regarding some other RFAs. No action letters as well. And then we have another couple of RFAs regarding the completeness of the SEC's document production and authenticity of records remarked by the SEC personnel. I'm going to have to read this, though. I don't think... Oh, Freedom of Information Act. Is that FOIA? Was the FOIA a word? Then it's all good. FOIA or Freedom of Information Act, yeah. No, this is OCIA, right? OEIA. Yeah, there we go. I know FOIA. I remember FOIA. That's what was always ongoing in the Empower US. So there's a breaking news lawsuit update. But I will have to read all this first before I can give you guys my opinion on the matter. So long story short, most likely this is just going to be Ripple saying, hey, SEC did not answer us properly. We want some answers to this for these reasons, and we want answers to these specific questions. Because the RFAs they're questioning are, a couple tens worth. So there's a lot of questions being asked. Office of Information Oversight. It was the A for then. Information Oversight. Office for Electronic, admissions. YouTube algorithm helps our channel when we post those YouTube shorts, and it hurts us when we don't. Just for your information, fam. A series called XRP Facts for Shorts is a win. That could be really fun. You're right. I'll write that down. Yeah. So, again, we just got ourselves a breaking news update. Rather small one, because is one that we were not really... It's the one we weren't waiting for. Let me put it like that, right? It's the one we weren't necessarily waiting for. But it's always good to read this. I don't know. But yeah. You know what else is a difficult part? Whenever I have this many people watching, right now we have 1,500, that is so difficult for me to say, you know what? I'm going to head out. I'm going to do something. I'm going to eat something or whatever. It's difficult for me, Because there's this many people that are watching. I get sort of shivers. Then again, though, I kind of am like, man, I should just read this. I shouldn't go unprofessionally give my opinion on the matter when I have no idea what's supposed to be inside. And I also don't want to bore people with reading 6 pages of legal document when it's most likely nothing too important. Because it's just Ripple asking questions and the SEC not trying to answer them. Baron Hubert Jr. says, Baron Hubert Jr., what's up, man? Really did a great job doing the live call. Thank you very much. I tried my best. And I'm always I can't say nervous, but I'm always a little bit like, how am I going to do it? But it was actually pretty good. Scarcity says, take a break, dude. Many more videos to make. Man, we have enough. I don't think I'm going to make anything today. Maybe one more video. Go get your food. You have about 6 months until this settles. Fair enough. Fair point as well. We have enough time. But I mean, I've already eaten. It's not as if I'm like starving. I don't have to eat anything anymore. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all for stopping by. You guys are all amazing. But I'm going to end the stream right here. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I think that should definitely settle it for right now. It's also 11:30 over here, so I'm going to cut it short here, take a little nap maybe, or make a small, maybe a small little update video. It depends on how I feel. You guys were amazing, amazing energy today. Again, we had over 40,000 people stopping by, which was amazing. Can't even comprehend that number. It's crazy to see. Every single one of you guys are amazing. If you want to be part of our giveaways, let me just do a real quick outro. Want to be part of our giveaways? Follow me on YouTube or Telegram. It doesn't matter. Or Twitter. It's all fine. I'll put the announcement everywhere if I go for my 25 or whatever 1,000 XRP giveaway. Maybe more. We'll see. If you want to be part of a couple of specific giveaways, one you can go for right now is join Telegram. I highly recommend that. Or KuCoin, because I believe there's one actually on KuCoin right now. There's a $6 or $8 million competition going on right now over on Bybit. If you want to join that, make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. And just stay up to date over on my Telegram as well, because I'll get more updates on that, on how you can join and everything. Because I don't think you can actually join the team just quite yet. But the moment that we can join the team, join it as soon as possible, because it's going to be huge. So yeah. And also, I will never ask you to send me money or anything like that. It's always going to be a scam, all right? So thank you guys so much for stopping by and saying hi. You guys are amazing, amazing energy. We'll do another stream tomorrow. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you stop on by. Maybe I won't stream tomorrow, but I think I will. Otherwise, there will be a ton of videos out over the next 24 hours. So stick around, and I'll see you guys again. If you don't know, check my socials down below. Adios, amigos.